Hey, Shalom, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahweh. Hey, double honors to the apostles and the elders that rule well. And peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's kicking his word and sincerity truth. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, okay, which is Babylon in the Bible, because it upholds confusion. If you look up that word Babel, it means confusion, okay? And this is what this place upholds, it's confusion. You got pedophilia, you got homosexuality, you got transgenderism that's being taught to your children in grade school, in kindergarten, things of that nature, man. So we to tell 1/3 of our people, which is the elect, or you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to wake up, man. To let you know that you're the true children of Israel, man. Although you're in a messed up situation, man. Although, you know, you've been it seems like right now, you know, we're at the bottom. Everybody look at us like niggas and spicks and things of that nature, man. But most times dealing with us, man. And he's chastising his children, man. You see what I'm saying? You know how your child, he'll go to school and act a fool? You know, he might be with a group of children, right? But you're not concerned with those group of children. You're concerned with your child because you have rules and regulations in your house. So when he gets home, you're going to remind him of those rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to tap that butt. Why is that? Because you care about his soul. If you look at that word, his mind, excuse me. If you look at the word his mind, in the Hebrew it means la'ah, man, or your heart. You see what I'm saying? So we out here telling our people to turn your hearts back to the Heavenly Father, your minds back to the Heavenly Father, man. Because perilous times are coming to America. Can we get Amos 9 and 8?
Amos chapter 9 verse 8. Behold, the eyes of Yahweh, your power, are upon the sinful kingdom.
That's right, the eyes of the Most High. The brother said Yahweh, that means he is or he to be in a Paleo Hebrew. And if you don't know what Paleo Hebrew is, please look it up, okay? Read that one more time.
Behold, the eyes of Yahweh, your power, are upon the sinful kingdom. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Hey, so the Most High that created the universe, his eyes are upon the sinful kingdom. This sinful kingdom, man, that uplifts everything that's contrary to the scriptures, man. That has killed and decimated our Native American brothers, man. Put them on reservations, man. Yep. You see what I'm saying? That got us relegated to the hood. You see, that has beaten us, you know what I'm saying, buffeted us for centuries, man. And then they tell us to get over it. Get mad at us when we take a knee at their flag, man. You see, the Most High seeing all these iniquities, which that's his fancy word for sins, that this place has perpetuated, man. And he's gonna destroy off the face of the earth, man.
That's right.
But go ahead, huh?
Amos chapter 8. Continuing on in Amos chapter 9, continuing in verse 8. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh.
It says, saving that I would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, man. That when you look at that word saving, Old English, it means accept, man. So read it one more time.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh.
Except he would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, man. You know what I'm saying? So the elect is very important, man. If you're watching this right now, you know what I'm saying, and you agree with the things that we're saying, I encourage you to do more research, you see what I'm saying? And get to this word, man, and understand who you are, man, as an Israelite, man. You know? Because bad times are coming to this place. You see what I'm saying? Now that we know that, the brothers that are out here, that we're toiling, man, it's very important that we keep toiling in this thing, man. You see what I'm saying? Because, hey, we know the prophecy, man. We know that bodies are going to be stacked on top of each other. Let's get that in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, man. We know that people are going to be starving out here, man. We know that pestilence is going to be out here, man. You see what I'm saying? So how should we conduct ourselves in that time, man? You see? And what should we keep doing? Well, we should keep on toiling in this thing, man. You see what I'm saying? Hey, because the world doesn't believe our message, man. If the world believed that, we would have more people out here, man. But as you can see, hey, we out here by ourselves, man. Again, that's only a small remnant that's going to be saved by Yahweh, by Shimi Hawashah, man. A remnant, man. And it's important that you tour to be a part of that remnant, bro. For your salvation. Not only for your salvation, but for your family. Go ahead, Al.
15 to 16.
If you start at 15, so let not the incredulity, I'm saying that right. Yeah.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, I start at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord.
Hey, man, he said, speak now the words of prophecy, which he had put in our mouths, man. That's what we need to be keep doing in this thing, man. Hey, warning our people, man. Hey, bad times is coming to this place, bro. That's why we out here, man. For you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Now, we got brothers over there in Africa that are Israelites, too. Ghana, mainly the West Coast, them are Jakes, man. You see what I'm saying? They got the flavor of Africa, man. When you want the best food, the best looking women, you know what I'm saying? The people with the flavor, man. You gonna go to the west part of Africa, man. Nigeria, Ghana, Gambia. You see what I'm saying? And you have a lot of people over there professing the same thing that we're professing, man. You see? So it's not necessarily about skin color, man. It's about your nationality, man. You got we got some brothers over there in Asia, man. You got brothers over there in Europe, man, that look so-called white. You see? So we have a huge. Why did I bring that up? Why did I say all that? We have a huge job to do, man. To push this word, man, to the four corners of the earth, man. Until the elected seal, so we get out of here, bro.
That's right, because we were scattered. According to Deuteronomy 2:64, the Lord scattered us among all the nations, man, according to the curses. So yeah, man, we got a lot of work to do. Like the brother said, that it's Israelites all over the world, man, of different nations. Okay, well, they look like different nations, but they're Israelites. Okay, so we have some that may look like a so-called white man. We got some that may look like a so-called Chinese, but they're actually go back to the line of an Israelite. So there's a lot of work to be done, man. Like the brother said, we were scattered. Read about that in Revelation, the 7th chapter. And all those multiple nations and peoples and different tongues and kindreds. Those are all those Israelite foreigners that John saw that are going to wake up in the last days. That's right. Which are in right now in these times, man.
That's right. Please, brother.
Verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
That's right. These prophecies are faithful and true, man. Go ahead,
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
So we're not supposed to fear the imaginations that are against us, man. And we know that the world is against us, man. We know that if the world is against us, we know that the elite is against us, man. The only thing that's going to cover us is the will of Yahweh Shimi Hawashah, man. That's going to cover us, man. And you have to believe in that, man. So you can't get caught up and consumed by the people who don't believe in what we believe in, man. Otherwise, you'll get weary and you'll fall off, man. You'll go back to the world, man. Because we haven't even got to the hard part yet. Right now, we had the luxury of coming out here and people don't know what we're about. People don't know what we do. But real soon, man, that's going to change, man. You see what I'm saying? So you have to give your mind up for the chastisement of Yahweh Shimi Hawashah, man.
Right.
You know? It's easy to talk trash with nobody listening. You ever been knew a guy? He was scrawny and all he did was just talk brawling. Oh yeah, nigga, I'm knocking anybody out. Ain't nobody worried about him. Hey, yeah, all right, bro. You got beat up by so and so, bro. I ain't worried about what you got going on, bro. But that one guy who didn't say nothing, who was chilling in the back, that's the guy that you worried about, man. You see what I'm saying? Right now, the elite is being quiet. But what are they doing? They're already setting up that propaganda to take us out, man. You see? Then that's when the fight is gonna come, bro. You see what I'm saying? But hey, what you gonna do? That's the question. Go ahead, brother. Can you get that in Proverbs?
Proverbs.
Yeah.
14 and 10?
No, 24 and 10. Close.
24 and 10. So.
This is Proverbs 24 and 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
So if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small, man. When things get rough, man, you skate out. You know what I'm saying? Then you lack integrity, man. Woo!
That's heavy.
You see what I'm saying? Like dealing with a female, man. You think she down, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you going to the movies with her and everything's all hunky-dory. When you lose your job, or you fall on your butt, and she start acting funny and then skate out on you, man. Well, her strength was strong, man. Oh, she's weak-minded. How much more so for the wives, potential wives of Yahweh Shimmy Shah, man. You know what I'm saying? That lost that light or that oil, man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Like the brother's going into, man, like he brought out in Proverbs, if you faint or you quit, you know, then in time of adversity, your strength is small, man. So we're not supposed to be weary in well-doing. This is well-doing right here. Preaching the word and stand up for the will of Yahweh Hashem Shah. Okay, second, making your body a living sacrifice every day. Mortifying your members, things that can hold you back in the world, man. All that stuff doesn't feel good all the time, because why? That's because it's part of your flesh and it feels good. But if you don't be weary in that and doing those things and fighting for something greater than yourself and not faint, man, that's when the reward's gonna come. That's when you're gonna be strengthened in the time of trouble. Right. That's when all these people start coming around, because there are gonna be hundreds of people out here probably, man, coming up against the men of the Lord at that time, man. Why? The word's gonna be going out so much that they're gonna have no choice but to address it. Yep. But if you stand strong, the Most High gonna be with you in that day, man. So where you gonna stand to make your forehead hard against the forehead of these peons out here, man.
That's right.
Even though it be a whole crowd of people around here, man. That's right. You still ain't gonna be worried about it, man. You still be willing to fight for your Yahweh Hashem Shah instead of making excuses next week, like, man. All of a sudden now your car broke down. All of a sudden you gotta go out of town and some madness like that. You know, you're gonna be looking forward to coming out here and condemning these people and preaching the truth, man, that day. Faint not. Also, I'm gonna put that fire and that spirit on you, man. Where you can take down anything like he did in the days of old with the nation of Israel. When we was with him and fighting with Yahweh Hashem Shah, hey, we kicked their ass and took names, man, through the spirit. You know?
That's right, brother.
If I could say, that's why the scriptures say, you know, he's going to give us a mouth that none of our adversaries will be able to gainsay nor resist. You know, and that's what you see now. You know, these different Christians coming up, try to talk about the truth, trying to lie on us. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring out their version of the doctrine, bro. Like, they getting cut regardless, man. You know, and even in that day when it is 100 people standing outside, man, if you have the spirit of Yahweh Shemiyah Shah on you, man, you're not gonna be able to get confounded, man. If you follow the guideline through the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna be able to come up and gainsay what you're saying through the scriptures. You know, I think it's Luke 21. Yeah, I think it's Luke 21. And like 15, I think.
This is Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. It says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee."
That's beautiful, bro. Did you want to speak on that?
So the Lord is saying, if you are loyal to Him, okay, and you continue to toil in the scriptures and to do the work of the Heavenly Father until the last breath that you have in your body, man, the Lord's gonna fight for you. Case in point, David, he was a man after the Lord's heart, constantly seeking the pleas of the Heavenly Father and not seeking his own pleasure. Okay, and guess what? The Lord fought his battles. He delivered him multiple times from Saul and from any of his enemies that ever conspired against him. Why? Because he strove for the truth. He strove to please the Lord. He followed the commandments to the best of his ability. You see? And that's the same thing that's gonna happen to us. We continue to fight for the Lord, man. He's going to deliver us from this current situation that we're in right now, which is the worst case scenario.
That's right.
Did you have more of that, bro?
That was a quick precept.
Okay, I had that in Luke 21, what the brother had called for. This is Luke 21 and 14. Yeah, I started 14. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist, man. Hey, so the Most High gave it this word. Hey, you have to believe that you're not gonna be able to be trumped. You know what I'm saying? dealing with the truth, man. You have to believe that this is the truth, man. That was bestowed by you, by the Heavenly Father, by Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, man. You see? So when that time of adversity come, when they come up here with the cameras and things of that nature, man, the Most High, hey, your confidence build up, and you're gonna be able to speak, man. But you have to have confidence in this word, bro.
Right.
Not in your flesh of what you can do, how many push-ups you can do, how many miles you run, you know, how sharp your mouthpiece is, none of that, man. But confidence in the word of the Heavenly Father, bro. You see what I'm saying? And actually toiling in this thing, man. The only way you'll get better in this thing if you're toiling in it. Constantly putting up videos dealing with prophecy, man. Hey, that's why the elder apostle Tahar, you know, has commissioned us to keep working. The more it's like, the more you get closer to a fight, you know, you want to really just get in there and get it right, man. Get tight. Your reflexes will be on point, man. Somebody duck down, wow, you see it. So as you just it's nothing. Oh, they trying to come with the color scripture. You ain't fumbling like, damn, what's that in Jeremiah? I think it's 13 or 14. Damn. You'll be sharp. You see what I'm saying?
Second nature in the spirit.
That's right, bro.
It's like, you know, you play basketball. The more you work out, practice, do dribble drills, shooting drills, defensive drills, hey, the more you do that, man, the more in crunch time it just takes over. You ain't got to think about it. It's just a natural reaction because you do it so much. It's muscle memory. Just like boxing, man. It's nothing. It'll be just muscle memory at that time. Where you be in the spirit and in the second nature. That's how we want to be even in times of Jacob's trouble, man. You got to make split decisions in the spirit. You may not have time to think about it, contemplate.
Right.
You know, it's gonna have to be second nature. That's
right.
how it's gonna be when these people come out here. Because you study it so much, you're doing lessons, you steady going through scripture, you steady doing breakdowns, so it's always fresh in your mind. You're always thinking about it. So anything they say, hey, automatically scripture's gonna pop right up.
That's right.
You ain't gonna worry about how you sound and how eloquent you may sound, or if you have a big vocabulary. You're just gonna preach the truth.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Like, what's a game, a basketball game that everybody plays online?
2K.
2K. Case in point, in 2K, you got somebody you try to different players have different timing when they shoot. So if you want to get good at 2K, you have to figure out the timing of each player.
Yep.
Oh, he shoots long way. Oh, he'll shoot fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What's old boy that used to play for the Mad? He used to shoot hella fast. Tall, he used to be like
Sean Marion.
Sean Marion. He used to Sean Marion here real quick. But it'll work for him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying that is you got to get your timing down in these scriptures, man. You see what I'm saying? So where it's flowing second nature. That's why it's so important to toil in this thing, man. To go over these the scriptures constantly, man. Repetition is the key of our learning, man. You can't feel like, oh, I know that already. You know what I'm saying? Because you can always expound on it, man.
Yep.
You see? Hey, we went into hell. Me and the brothers went into hell a couple of weeks ago, man. Hey, and I got the full understanding, man. I'm able to not regurgitate, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures that I knew, but actually teach somebody.
Right.
Sirach 39:1. For he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecy.
Woo! Break that down, bro.
You give your mind over to the Heavenly Father, man, to the law, statutes, commandments, and His ways, and if you operate, it's meditation thereof. So when you meditate, you steady thinking about things, you're going over them constantly. The more you have it on your mind, man, you're gonna be occupied there in those prophecies, man. It's gonna be in you. You're gonna learn the breakdowns. You're gonna understand it, and that builds your faith up as well. Verse 2: He will keep the sayings of renowned men, and where subtle parables are, He will there be also. So those deep things that a lot of people can't catch, that goes over their heads or goes around them, you're gonna be right there. Why? Because you're steady toiling. Okay, the Most High will reveal those things to you, man. To where He gonna give you a mouth where no man can gainsay at that time. Verse 3: He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversing in dark parables.
Man.
To where these people, when they come up, man, that's we already be scrambling their brains now on certain stuff to where they don't know what to do. Now all of a sudden they want to get caught at that point. They want to call the cops at that point. They want to throw eggs, pennies, disrupt camp, be demons, just jail obscene things at that time, man. while we're steady toiling and bringing out the dark parables, man. That was it, man.
That's beautiful, man. Hey, the dark, what are the dark saying, man? The dark sayings are prophecy. And that's how we know that we had the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Well, of Yahushua, to be precise. Because his spirit is spirit of prophecy, according to Revelation 19 chapter. And the only way that you're going to get the spirit is by doing what? By reading the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Let's get that in Revelations.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
That's right, man. Read that one more time.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
Hey, it said, blessed is he that readeth and hears the word of this prophecy, man. In order to hear this word of prophecy, man, you got to study, bro.
Right.
It's not about regurgitating, but it's studying this thing and toiling to get the proper understanding, bro. For yourself, man. You have to try this thing out for yourself, man. Do you really believe, or am I following a man, bro? You see what I'm saying? Because you could believe, hey, any black man, so-called black man, well, I can't even say that. But if you were to sit down and really listen to what we're saying, a lot of black or so-called black people would adhere to what we're saying on a superficial level. Yeah, you know, white people be tripping. Yeah, they need to pay for that. But the deeper things, do you believe? You know, it's case of point. Did virgin is the virgin birth? Is that real? Is there a hell? You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for you to understand this prophecy and to understand these scriptures for yourself, bro. So you can see whether or not you believe, man. Only way you're gonna truly be able to fight this thing is if you believe, bro. That's why I said, blessed is he that readeth, man. Go ahead, please.
Ezekiel chapter 3. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll and go. Speak unto the house of Israel.
That's right, man. So you're supposed to eat this roll. What does it mean by eat this roll? Does it mean literally take this Bible and you know, saute it and eat it? No, what it means is, man, digest this thing mentally, bro. Get the understanding of this thing, man. Read, bro. You know, make it a point to read every day, man. I tried what I used to do. I used to time myself. I used to, like, you know, I would try to at least get 15 minutes a day. You know, then that'll build up. Or I'm gonna get 30 minutes. Or I'll get an hour, you know. But you want to make sure that you're always toiling in these scriptures, man, for that proper understanding for yourself, bro.
Yep.
You see? Because this is an individual walk, man. You know, we're a part of a unit, a beautiful unit, but guess what? You have to be persuaded in your own mind, man. You see what I'm saying? You got something, bro?
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay? So that's what we're supposed to do, man. Study to show yourself approved, not anybody else.
Right.
Okay, you gotta study for yourself, man, like the brother's going into. You gotta learn this for yourself to be able to work out your own salvation period trip. Okay, then it says a workman not to be ashamed, man. Okay, we're working this thing, so we're working not to be ashamed in that day when the persecution comes. But if you're not grounded and rooted, you're gonna be ashamed of the gospel, man. You ain't want to defend it. You're gonna feel bad about yourself. And you shouldn't, because you know the words of the Heavenly Father, man. But a workman out here, you're not gonna be ashamed. You don't give a damn. Excuse my language. Okay, you're gonna out here and you're gonna go knee deep into it, man.
Right.
And you're gonna put yourself completely out there. And because you're doing that, you're gonna be able to rightly divide the word of truth. And the Most High is gonna suck with you in that day. That's right. To where they ain't gonna be able to stand against you in that time, man.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Hey, and with understanding that prophecy, you're gonna know that these people were prophesied to come up against us, man. They talk about that in Matthew the 10th chapter, man. Yep. Yahushua told us that, bro. If you understand that the scriptures, man, you could maneuver through this truth easier, man. Let's get Isaiah 33:6, man. Hey, this is becoming one of my favorite scriptures, man. Hey, the brother Taz and the elder Yapzak had brought this out, and they read down. And you get the full understanding when they did that with that one sit down, man. I got the full understanding of this scripture, man. This scripture is really deep, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation.
That's right. Hey, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation, man. You're going to have the strength to endure these things, man. You see what I'm saying? Because you know the bad times is coming. Because guess what? When they come up against us, you got to understand, holy hell is going to break loose afterwards, man.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So don't forget that. Matter of fact, it says that in this scripture.
Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead,
The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Verse 7, behold, their valiant ones shall cry without.
The valiant ones shall cry without. All the people that was esteemed high, they're going to be crying out, bugging out, man. You see now on low level now, man, these actors are coming out saying they got raped. Terry Crews all bowled up on Krill team. He's swole as hell, talking about he got touched the wrong way, man. But really, you know, he probably just saying half of it, man. But hey, but at least he had the courage to come out, man. Because that's a shameful thing, man. That might be his way of repenting, man, for selling out. You never know. But I bring that out because, hey, that valiant ones are already crying out on a small level. You're going to see that more and more, man, when this place starts getting shaken up.
Yep.
Go ahead,
all these different all these different pedophiles, pedophile rings that are being shown up. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High, He's making you could tell that this is the spirit of the Heavenly Father that's working in this place, man, to make all this wickedness just be brought to light. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that's done in the dark shall be hid, man. You know, you got it.
Every day, every week or so, or every other month, you hear about these pedophile rings being exposed, man. Coincidentally, you got people, these child celebrities coming out saying they was touched the wrong way. Eddie Renzo was like, yeah, I've been touched the wrong way, but I'm not thirsty. I'm not going to talk about that. He let you know right there, yeah, that happens there, but I'm not even trying to get into all that, man. You see what I'm saying? Hey, so the valiant ones are crying out. They're letting you know that, man, this place is wicked, man. That's a wicked thing to touch a child, man. And you got all these pedophile rings all throughout the U.S. and throughout the whole world, man. And nobody has anything bad to say about it, bro. But anyway, go ahead, out.
The ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly.
That's right.
Verse 8, the highways lie waste.
That's right. The highways lie waste, man. Hey, real soon, man, when it gets bad out here, martial law is going to be implemented, man. You see what I'm saying? And on a smaller level, you see the infrastructure of America crumbling, man. You can look it up on YouTube, and they're saying the grade of America's infrastructure is like a C-, man. C's and D's, man. Hazardous as heck, man. Any day now, there could be a huge accident based on the infrastructure of this place, man. Hey, and that was an indicator that the Roman Empire was falling also, man. Because their infrastructure started deteriorating, man. You see that happening now. Go ahead, up.
The highways lie waste. The wayfaring man ceaseth.
The traveling man, it's gonna cease, man. You ain't gonna be able to go to the city anymore, country anymore. You see, again, you see that on a small level now. Why do I keep on bringing up this small level? Why do I keep saying that? The reason why I'm saying that is because the Most High used a dispensation of time to execute judgment, bro. So you're seeing all these things on a small level, you're gonna see it on a very, very high level, man. Case in point, shootings and things of that nature, man. Back in the day, back in like 05, when there was a shooting at a school, man, you had candle visuals. Hey, we gotta get together and pray, y'all. Hey, something's going on with the nation. Last 2 weeks ago, there was a church that was shot up, 25 people killed, 3 generations decimated in one day. Did nobody give a care, man? Nobody care. It's like having a heartburn nowadays. And it's a little annoying, but hey, So I'm saying all these things because we're gonna see what the scripture's saying on a huger level, man. Go ahead, Doc.
He hath broken the covenant. He hath despised the cities. He regardeth no man. Verse 9, the earth mourneth and languisheth. Lebanon is ashamed and honed down.
Lebanon's gonna be honed down, man.
Ooh,
That's a city in Jerusalem, man. Just or Israel, excuse me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, man, that hey, 2/3 of our people, man, you're gonna be hewn down, man. Again, you see now on a small level. You seeing these cops getting off by shooting these young so-called black boys. It's an uproar here and there, but they're getting off. You're gonna see that on a higher level. Because they deem you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as subhuman.
Terrorists.
As terrorists. As thugs. You're the thug. And as this place crumbles, you're gonna be the person that they're gonna blame.
Yep.
That's why you had these white nationalists marching up and down the streets saying, let's make America great again. Telling the message they need to go back to where they came from, deport them. So, hey, when that time comes, Lebanon is going to be hewn down. Going to be destroyed, man. It talks about that. 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed, bro. Go ahead, bro.
You heard about today, it was on the news today how, I want to say, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I want to say like 59,000 Haitian refugees got to be shipped back to Haiti, man. Woo! Because they came over here during the time when that earthquake happened. You know what I'm saying? But now Trump's saying that they got to go back to Haiti, which is the most poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere, man.
And I wonder why.
You know? So it just goes to show you how this damn devil thinks of you, man. The so-called white man, the devil that the Bible talks about.
Yeah.
He don't care about 2/3. I'm sorry, he don't care about the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. When he say he wants to make America great again, he wants to make America great again by way of Judah's trip to the Americas, man. You know what I'm saying? He wants that. He wants America to be great again by way of slavery, and then ultimately just destroying y'all, man. But that's the reason why we out here, is to tell our people, get right with the Heavenly Father, man, because you have a shot of getting delivered. You know, Lord willing, we get delivered.
That's right. That's right. Bad times are coming to this place, man. And reading the scripture, you know what I'm saying, what's going to happen, you know what I'm saying, in the last days. How, you know, there ain't going to be no more traveling. Ain't going to be, what it say, read up again. Should we get an example like 6?
It was like verse 7 or 8.
The value man and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How he's gonna be decimated. We're reading all these things, man. You know what I'm saying? We're letting our people know, man, to get this knowledge before it happens, man. Go ahead.
Back up about the traveling man, not being able to travel. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. He's talking about the race riots, man. Okay, that's how you see. That's what's gearing up right now. Like the brother mentioned, those white nationalists standing up. Okay, yeah, Black Lives Matter, which we're not with that crap. Antifa. So you have all these movements set up. Why? It's going to be pushing all these different nations against each other. Okay? We at least want that, man. Why? Because that's going to institute martial law. But ultimately, the Heavenly Father wants that. Why? Because He's not about bringing everybody together, man. The Lord is about division, man. It's all throughout the scriptures.
That's right.
Okay? But that's what's going to happen. And they're not going to regard the kings or princes, which is who? First off, the president. Okay, these senators, these governors, these mayors, they're going to tell on the TV to tell everybody to calm down. No, ain't nobody gonna be worried about that today, because everything's gonna be so bad, everyone's so mad at each other right now, it's gonna do nothing but escalate. So they're not gonna even be paying attention to what you're talking about on the news.
That's right, man.
Okay?
That's right. All right. Hey, you can see that tension already here, man. The whole national anthem thing, that was just a small reaction to what's been going on for centuries.
Right.
Let's be real, you don't like us. You think we're subhuman. You think that we should be happy to be over here. You know what I'm saying? You don't like us, man, because you have a rulership mentality. And guess what? Your rulership is falling, bro.
That's right. That's right, brother.
You see what I'm saying? When you go on the internet and look up something dealing with race, man, you got a 60-year-old little punk white boy talking shit, niggas and subhumans and evolution and spewing out all this madness, man. Why is that? Because that's what's set up to be against each other, bro. And it's just prophecy, man.
That's right. It's spiritual, man. We were able, if the people on this side were going to get along with the so-called white man, which is Esau according to the Bible, it would have already happened. But we've been fighting since the womb when you read Genesis 25th chapter, man. The Most High had it set up, okay? You're not going to be able to change that, man. The Most High wants this to play out, man. That's right. He's a man of war.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so the Most High is orchestrating all of this, man.
That's right. Can you go to 2nd Ezra 6:9 real quick just to prove what we're talking about?
Yes, it can.
You know what I'm saying? Because hey, the scripture gonna go right into it, man.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. Verse 7.
Yeah.
Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
That's right. Esau, which are you so-called white people, you're the end of the world. It says in Job 9:24 that the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And through prophecy, we understand that's the so-called white man. He's destroyed the earth, destroyed the people that live on the earth, man. You know, indoctrinate the masses, man, to believe that he's God with pseudoscience, evolution, social Darwinism, eugenics, Christianity. You see what I'm saying? So he's the end of the world, man. But Jacob is the beginning that followeth, man. So, hey, when Yahushua returns, man, who word called Jesus return, man, he's going to set up his kingdom on heaven, bro. And put you, so-called white people, in subjection, man. Right. The only reason that we know that is because it's wisdom of the scriptures, man. You see what I'm saying? So when they get bad out here, these people are going to be winging out. But guess what? We're going to be fine, man. Let's go back to the scriptures. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, bro.
It's back in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 17th verse. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So that probably goes over what the brother brought out in Isaiah the 33rd chapter, man. Talking about the valiant man is going to fail, he's going to cry there. Men are going to be so afraid in that time. Why? Because, hey, people are going to be kicking in doors. Hey, they're going to get at you for your beans, man. You're going to have to fight for your life in that time. You ain't going to be able to run out because they're going to close the cities off. It's so easy to close off each city. All you got to do, you see that every day when they do traffic construction. One lane. You in that mother for hours. Just think when they bring them checkpoints out, man. Okay, on these freeways. So that's really the main ways in and out of the cities, man. They're going to shut that off. It's going to be easy pickings for y'all this time.
All they had to do was put down the cone.
Yep.
That'll stop a big-ass 18-wheeler going using a street. Just with a cone, bro. Hey, there's a reason why there's systems that's in place, man. To keep us in order, bro. And when that time hit, man, hey, that martial law is gonna be to the T, man.
That's right.
Because hey, right now there's an illusion that you're free, man. But you still under the laws and regulations of the so-called white man. And when he wanna tighten up, he will. And it happened in time. That always happened in time of war, bro. Case in point, the Japanese was put in concentration camps in World War II. See what I'm saying? Come on now. There's nothing that's new.
They're running urban warfare exercises now to where they're practicing scenarios in actual neighborhoods now. Why are they doing that? They're not doing that for fun. To pass the time, man. They're doing it to get ready to see how things are going to play out when they get ready to round all these people up and shut everything down. So,
This is
hey, tú eres una israelita, dos mexicanos, dos latina, pero israelita. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 4. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hand on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all the faces are turned into paleness. So the Lord is asking Israel, he's addressing Israel, the northern and southern kingdom, and he's saying, first of all, he's proclaiming that the Lord is going to, that he's going to bring destruction and not peace unto the nation of Israel. Okay? Because a lot of people think that they're in peace. Why? Because the false prophets of our nation, the priests that are in the churches, you know, the idols, you know, that everybody looks up to, you know, are telling them what? Everything's going to be all right. Preaching prosperity. You see? Because Israel as a nation only wants to hear good news. Right. If you tell them bad news is coming, they walk down the street. But if you tell them, hey, the Lord's going to bless you, if you do whatever else, they'll do anything you say. If you tell them the Lord's going to bless them, man. That's right. And that's because they're Sodom's children. Okay? But the Lord says, ye have heard a voice of trembling and of fear, not of peace. So guess what? When the Most High comes with his troops, that's not going to be peace. And we're telling his people, our people, that war is coming. Okay? And when it says in verse 6, ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child, that's asking when a woman is in labor pains, she's holding her stomach, she got to go to the hospital, right? Well, why? If you continue on, it says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins? Why is every man, oh, like you got to have a baby? Screaming, hollering, travailing, crying. The man is supposed to be the power. He's supposed to be the head of the household, the strength. Okay? Why is he travailing? Like he's delivering a baby. Let's continue reading. It says, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Now we know that Jacob was surnamed Israel, okay? And Israel as a nation is going to go through a time of trouble. There's never going to be a day like it, according to Daniel chapter 12. There was never a day like it before, and there never will be again. What is that talking about? That's talking about this. Martial law. That's talking about famine, pestilence, the sword, and ultimately thermonuclear destruction. Is that what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know? Ultimately thermonuclear destruction. So
that's the mark of the beast. I was saying that's the mark of the beast one, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, kind of slack.
But the mark of the beast ties into that. That's why the scriptures that we brought out Revelation 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth. Guess what? Revelation is the only book in the Bible that goes into the mark of the beast.
That's right, brother.
Directly, unless you know that whosoever takes the mark of the beast is going to be destroyed. So we're prophesying fear and trembling. We're not prophesying peace. The Yahushua said he come not to bring peace, but a sword, man.
Right.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's right.
That's right.
You know what the prophets of old did, according to Jeremiah 28:8, man. Prophesying against many kingdoms and great countries of war, evil, and pestilence, man. That's what the prophets of old did. That's what Jeremiah did. That's what Isaiah did. Okay? That's what Paul did. They prophesied the downfall of this devil as well, man. Okay? We do the same thing, man. We're not out here for good times. We're not in the kingdom, man. This place has to go, man. And the Most High is not happy with America. He's not happy when people celebrate Christmas.
That's right.
He's not happy with niggas walking around here taking pictures from this Christmas tree, man. Like the brother Ariana always goes into 2017 and ain't nobody Google Christmas shit. See how wicked that is. The Most High is not with this, man. Pedophilia rings are out the wazoo every day. The brother sent me 2 articles today where there was 2 new Democrats. They got caught with child pornography on their computers, man.
That's scary, man. It's just ridiculous.
All this madness going on in the world, man. All this homosexuality at an all-time high. Women being put up above men. There's nothing to sing about and be happy about. Tell somebody they're gonna be blessed, man. We out here to tell them, hey man, you better get right because most of them lay this place flat, man.
That's right.
That's right, brother. Big business is coming to this place, man.
That's right.
That's right, man.
You know, and that's the scriptures, man. Now, them churches don't tell you that, man. They put you to sleep like the brother was going into.
That's right.
They tell you, you're going to get that house. You're going to get that car. You're going to stay strong. No, man, they should be telling you, man, you better get right for the Heavenly Father kill you, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. That's right. Hey, that goes back to what we was talking, what we were bringing out in Isaiah 33, man. See what I'm saying? Hey, because these people are living in a lie, man. When that time hit, man, they're gonna be in pain, man. Going into what the precept the brother I not brought out, man. See what I'm saying? Be a man travailing as if he's a woman, he's screaming and hollering, panicking. But hey, it's gonna get that way, man. When you don't eat, when you don't drink enough water, man, you get dehydrated, you get depressed. You know, a lot of times when I don't drink enough water, I just feel tired, down and out. Like I'm sleeping all the time, I just can't get any sleep. But then you realize, man, I don't drink as much water as I drink when it's the summertime, man. Maybe it's a correlation. So you start drinking more water, you start feeling better, man. But think when there's no water that's available, man. And it's total desolation out here, man. How are you going to maneuver, man? Hey, through the spirit of the Most High, man. Hey, we've been watching, so the Most High is going to be able to protect us. He's going to protect us in that day. Conversely, these people in this world, man, it's going to hit them, you know what I'm saying, as a thief in the night, bro.
All right.
Because they ain't paying attention. And then when they had the chance to pay attention, when they came here and saw us, you know, they scoffed or ran across the video, they put negative comments. You see? So they're not going to have that covering. Go ahead, Al.
I was gonna say prime example, real quick. Prime example, you know, if you watch the movie called The Road, man. You know, if you see the movie The Road, it gives a prime example of how this world is gonna be in the time of when the world is in all hell and chaos, man. No food, you know what I'm saying? No electricity, cannibalism. You know what I'm saying? People out looking to raid you for what you got. You know, that's a prime example of what's gonna come to the streets of America, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you feel some type of way if you can't take a shower for 3 days. You know, you feel better when you take a shower, but when you don't, and you feel musty and dirty and, you know, you feel muggy, you get sick. Women gonna be on their periods, it's bleeding all over the place, stinking. You know what I'm saying? Babies gonna be crying, boo-booing all over the place, no diapers. You're gonna be looking at your child like, damn, I'm hungry. You know, like the mirages where you see somebody and they turn into like a turkey or something like that on cartoons. Well, that's what's gonna happen on the streets, man. You know, seeing your baby, you over here looking at your child, you know, and the only thing going through your mind is, you know, boiling your child and eating it because there ain't no food. That's what's coming, man.
Even if you don't get to the point where you want to eat your child gonna be crying because he's be hungry.
Yeah.
The child won't shut up. You're just like, man, everything just be a whole lot easier if I just had this little end up with me, man. So people might ditch their kids. You know, all type of stuff is gonna go down here, man.
Might try to you might try to kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, you know, all type of things. Certain people ain't gonna have their medication that keeps them level-headed. You know what I'm saying? When the medicine trucks start coming in, whatever ailments you're dealing with, you ain't gonna have your medication. People gonna be bugging out, man.
Yep. Think about how many people self-medicate, man. You know what I'm saying? With alcohol, marijuana, all that stuff. When that's up, what you gonna do, man? You got people out there, they ain't never went a day without, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing, drinking, smoking, you know what I'm saying, popping a pill. So what's gonna happen when all that's not available, man? You know what I'm saying? Hey, we had the luxury of doing that to ourselves. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, let me ask you one question.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Come from somebody, you know, that's like pro-black like me. I'm half Nigerian. My mom was born here.
Right.
Now, I had an encounter with y'all brothers, you know, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. We were all linking, and then whenever I told them that my dad is Nigerian, it's like it's split. So
maybe that's a misconception, but the majority of the Nigerians over there are Israelites, bro.
Yeah.
They're Israelites, brother.
Yeah.
They're not no Canaanites. They don't. Matter of fact, the other Africans, you know this, they don't like the Nigerians, man. Because they know that they're the children of Israel, man.
All right, so what? it's not that y'all have a problem with Africans. I mean, what is it? Just certain ones? What is it?
Well, see, I'm glad you asked that question. When you use the word Africa, African, and American, things that nature, you have to understand that the so-called white people made those terms up, man.
I know about that.
You see what I'm saying?
I know
so
about that.
prior to us calling ourselves African and things of that nature, man, we use terms like Canaanites, Shemites, or Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Elamites, things of that nature. Those were our names before the white man came in and he basically gave us these proverbs and bywords, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we was all lumped into the same category. Does somebody have the Zondervan dictionary?
It's in my book bag. It's in my book bag right there. Yep.
Hey, can we pull that right quick? Hey, what's that in Job said that he removed the landmark?
That's a I thought it was a problem.
So I'm gonna Google it right now. Okay, so we're gonna look this up. This is the Zondervan Compact Dictionary.
Yeah.
It's gonna give you a definition of so-called black people, where they come from. Because they're gonna say, we're gonna let it read. Just let it rain. Just look up ham.
So thou shalt not remove the ancient
Your hands cool? Your hands are cool?
Yeah.
That's why right now. Yeah, they were getting a little cold. But
If you want to wear it, you can.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick it out. Come on. This is gonna be worse.
Right, this is Ham in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
That's right. So Ham was one of Noah's sons. Go ahead.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro.
You see that? He became the progenitors of the so-called black races.
Progenitor mean though? Like, what's that mean?
A progenitor means the father of something, of the dark races. You see what I'm saying? So, like, say we all...
It goes back. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say progenitor literally goes back to the word pro and gene, which pro meaning before and gene going to your genus, your seed. So it's the beginning of your seed line.
Right.
So wait, black folks wasn't here before Ham? Like,
No, you're getting confused. Ham was a son of Noah.
Right.
All three of
Noah.
Noah, Japheth, and Shem, they were all black, brother.
okay.
Yeah.
But see, read it one more
They were
time.
dark.
Let's read it. Well, let's read it one more time and read it slow for the
Right.
road, so you can really understand what we're trying to say.
Start at the top.
Yeah, please.
Okay. This is Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood,
And that's, whatever. Go ahead.
and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
So you know about the flood, right?
Yeah.
In the Bible,
Yeah.
There was, okay, Noah, you know what I'm saying, built the ark because God told him to, and then all the people were destroyed except for his 3 sons. Ham is one of Noah's 3 sons.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He became the progenitor of the dark races.
So a progenitor means what? Okay, say you're dark skinned, right?
Yeah.
You got kids, they dark skinned.
Yeah.
And then they had more kids, they dark skinned. They built their own little place. Oh, we the so-and-sos. We live over here.
Right.
We're gonna build our so-and-so. We're gonna build our empire. You was the one that started it.
Right.
So you're the progenitor.
But there was somebody before me though, right?
No.
Just
You gotta let him. You gotta let him
Go
finish.
ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
There we go.
So those are all so-called African
Right.
nations. Okay, right? Like what I said, they were all dark-skinned on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Before that, we were already dark-skinned. By this time, there was nobody left but Noah, Ham, Shem, Japheth, and their wives.
Right.
So we had to start over. And so out of Ham came the Egyptians, the Canaanites. Read them for again.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. that are over here today. Go ahead.
But the Egyptians,
So-called Africans,
Ethiopians,
so-called Africans,
Libyans,
so-called Africans,
and Canaanites.
so-called Africans. So we're not the same. We come out of a different line. The Negroes come out of Shem.
Right.
Those 8 nations, they call them Africans, but we know that was created by Leo Citrus Africanus. But their biblical nationality, they're Hamites. They come out of the Ham, and we come out of Shem. We're all dark, but we're not the same line. See what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
So that's how he became a
That
progenitor.
made a lot of sense what y'all just said. Like, hey, I kid you not, man. I was confused with y'all.
Okay.
I mean, I was always down. I'm pro-black, but I've always been confused until you actually just said that, and y'all actually just said
Okay,
that.
okay.
I kid you not. Thank
It's
you.
like if we're being too specific when I was trying to bring it out. I was trying to, get you to really understand what we're trying to say, but the bro had corrected me. So I'm glad that you received that, man.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I really do.
Con.
So, is your history based upon after the flood, like the tribes that's based on after the flood, right?
That's pretty. Yeah. That's correct.
I had no idea.
That's correct.
I had no idea.
Right,
Thank
right.
y'all.
Well, if I could say, it's not like necessarily like after the flood, because the thing is, there's always been the sons of God, where the sons of God, it went from it's always been a specific bloodline, always, even from Adam.
Right.
Adam to Seth to Enos, going all the way down to Noah, going all the way down to Arphaxad, Abraham,
Right.
Isaac, Jacob, and the 12 tribes.
Right.
So Israel literally means the prince of the power, which is the son of God.
Right.
So
So that line was always there.
yeah,
Adam through Noah aren't Africans.
right.
Don't think
Right.
that.
But glad you understand though, bro.
Right. So everybody that's black is an African. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That was a lie that was given to us by the so-called white man. He changed our names. You know what I'm saying? You got that around him?
Yeah, just because it's all like the brother said, it's all about nationalities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't rock with the Hamites. Like the brother said, most of the Nigerians over there in the west coast of Africa, those are actually Israelites. That's why those Hamites don't really like them.
What about like Kenyans or people from
Kenya,
Ghana?
those are Cushites. Kenya read Cush. Oh, you got some more now?
Yeah. Back in the Zondervan dictionary, concerning Ham, it says his indecency when his father lay drunken brought a curse upon Canaan. Okay, talking about the indecency of Ham. Do you know about that?
I've heard about it.
When you look at Africans, they're not the same as the Negroes in America.
Right.
Like when you look at these people,
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not the same. You can look at Africans and Negroes, and they don't have the same
Facial structures.
same vibe. I
Spirit.
remember when I was in school. I remember I asked my history teacher. I asked him. I remember 7th grade or so. I went up to him and I said, when they were teaching us about how Negroes came from Africa. And I remember I went up and asked him. I said they don't look the same. They don't seem like the same people. That's just a personal testimony.
Well, I mean, and one obvious thing, okay, the reason that I always take pride in my dad being from Nigeria and my mother being born here is because the phenotype, say for instance, I look Nigerian, but I don't look just like my dad, I have some of the same features, let's just say some of my same phenotype is from you, which comes from a lighter race. Same thing with you, and so forth. He reminds me more of, like my Nigerian, parents.
Right.
But I mean, all of us, well, from my perspective, all of us, comes from that continent. But that's just my perspective. But
Galatians 4:26.
I understand exactly where y'all are coming from now, and then by y'all saying, that y'all don't, that y'all not against, Africans, per se. I don't know what the other brothers were saying, but if y'all say that y'all not against, Africans, I'm with that because we all look African.
Right, well, like I said, it's what we teach is we don't teach Africa and all that. We teach nationalities, man.
Right.
You still get caught up in so those terms that
Right.
are confusing you. And that's the white man's basically removing the landmark, man.
Con, that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right.
So you gotta wash yourself from what you think is correct in this world, man, and reprogram yourself according to the scriptures, man. What do scriptures say about nationality versus what did the so-called white man rename everybody? And then you'll be able to understand what we're talking about.
Right.
See what I'm saying? 'Cause you got that.
And if I can say something, we're not out here for Africans per se. We're out here for Israelites. Now, like he said earlier, you might have Israelites in Africa. We're for Israelites in Africa. We're trying to reach Israelites who may be African.
Right.
But you got Israel scattered among all the nations.
Right.
As like the scripture
I
says.
want to add this good point. That said, we didn't originate in the land of what they call Africa now, which is the land of Ham. We didn't originate there. We came from Jerusalem. We fled Roman persecution down into the northern parts and the western parts of Africa, and that's where we were residing in. So that's why you have primarily those parts. A lot of those tribes over there are Israelites, like the Igbo tribe, the Ashanti tribe, all of them. They still practice Hebrew customs. Those are actually Israelites. We just fled from there from Roman persecution in 70 AD. So that's what we
There's
came
saying that Israel is not a part of Africa, and then there's some say that Israel is.
Well, it was a land of Canaan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but now it was a land of Canaan. But we're not, like I said, we're not Africans. We're still Israelites. We fled down into those parts.
Right.
So it still doesn't make us Africans. Like I said, because if you were to get African, you have to go down through the line of Leo, Cyprus,
Exactly.
Which the Roman general would say, name that land Africa after him. Right. Until then, it was just land of him. Like I said, so there is no real Africans walking around. That's just something like the brother got the scripture here. They removed the landmarks. So they start changing everybody's names, turn names after their lands, like America. Named after Amerigo Vespucci, Asia, and named after another Roman general, Asiatics.
Yep.
They changed the names, but it's really all about lines. There's 18 nations in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's who we were from Israelites, and most of those that are considered so-called Africans, like the Egyptians, Kenyans, those are Cushites.
Right.
They're not actually Kenyans. They're biblical nationalities, Cush, from the line of Ham. We come from Shem, so it's two different lines. So we are against them. They're not with us. We're not the same people. But people that you would consider as Nigerians are actually Israelites. They're biblical nationality.
For the most part.
So we don't have a problem with them. But if you're an actual in their land and you're from the line of Ham, that's who we got the problem with, because you're not a part of us. We were going to war with a lot of those nations to get to the land of Canaan at one time.
That's right.
And even if they align their minds with yours, even if they look just like you, me, him, and him, just because they're from that place, are they condemned?
Well, it's because the line they come from.
That are condemned.
Yes, they can't rock with us. If they're from the line of Ham, we have no place in the kingdom of heaven according to the Bible. It's all about Israel. It's all about the nation of Israel. They're the line of Shem.
So if they black just like you and me, and it's persecuted just like you and me, I mean, well,
hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hey, it is what it is.
Yep, that's what's written.
You know?
I'm gonna read an excerpt from Exodus when Moses was speaking to Pharaoh about the plagues that were gonna come. Remember when the Most High smote all the firstborn of Egypt?
right.
This is Exodus chapter 11, verse 4. And Moses said, "Thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts." Okay, and so basically, the Lord was speaking through Moses, telling Pharaoh that because you're not going to let my people go, you know, and worship me in the wilderness, then I'm going to smite your firstborn of all of your children, like basically all of his nation, because you had the Egyptians and then you had the Israelites, right? Right. So those two different nations. They're both dark skinned though. Yes, they're both dark skinned.
That's right.
You see?
That's right.
So
and you gotta reprogram yourself for what the so-called white man has taught you, man. Everybody that's black is, you know what I'm saying, African, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because prior to the Egyptians, you had the Soma Empire, man.
That's right.
They were dark skinned, man. The Babylonians, they were dark skinned, man. And all of those nations came up against who? Israel, bro. Mm-hmm. They weren't for Israelites. They came up. They had us in captivity. You see what I'm saying? When the time of Joshua, man, we came to the land of Canaan, man. We was always warned against one another, man, and we kicked them out of that land. You see? So you had black people that was in the Mesopotamian area, man. They weren't just in Africa just chilling. Like, man, we've been here for 4,000, 10,000 years. We're going to just stay in this mug.
Right.
No, man, they were in those areas, bro. The land of the land of Mesopotamia, that was the land of the Canaanites, bro. Israel, that was the land of Canaan.
But don't we have a greater enemy now, which is the white man? I don't like calling that, but anyway, the white power. I mean, aren't they our common enemy? Don't they? I mean, they don't care about where we from, though, right? They don't.
Well,
they don't see no difference between me, you, he, and he.
Well, Esau doesn't care because he's the devil. He's in the scripture. He's gonna go around pressing everybody and taking everybody's territory.
But it's easy to tell who Esau is. Even whenever you say Esau, whenever I hear any one of you brothers say Esau, I already know white person, white man. But if you start to break it up, I'm like, all right, you know what? I mean, it's hard for you all to tell me from any one of the people, you know, from any one of the so-called Africans that you all speak about. It's hard to differentiate us. We would, you wouldn't be able to unless you know our lineage.
I mean, it's spiritual at the end of the day. Like the brother held up that sign, it's spiritual. You can tell because those Hamites, they have a completely different spirit than the Israelites. We're more lively. We have a lot more flavor. We're the salt of the earth.
That's right.
Those actual Hamites, they wearing flip-flops or slacks and certain things like that. You know, they just don't have the flavor that the actual Israelites have.
Right.
You know, that's why there's a difference between those and then, like you see, like the so-called Nigerians. They have a lot more flavor. There's a difference between Hakeem Olajuwon and Manu Bo. That's evident. But you got to be spiritual to see that, man. Hakeem Olajuwon, he had the fro, the shag. He hanging out with Clyde Drexler. He got the moves on basketball court. Manu Bo, he look a hot mess out there playing basketball, you know? But Hakeem Olajuwon, the way he played, hey, that was like poetry motion when you saw the Dream play. He was not cheering. You know, but he was an Israelite. Manu Bo, that's a Hamite. That's the difference.
Yes.
But you gotta see that spiritually, like they have like a more of a dead look in our eyes. We're lively, we're alive wise, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how we're able to differentiate. And sometimes, hey, and then ultimately at the end of the day, the Lord will sort it out at the end of the day.
Right.
That's when the angels will come back and separate the terrorists from the weak. So you have people that look like us, but go back to the line of Esau, the so-called white man.
Right. Yep.
You know, then you have like this brother. He doesn't have a spirit of an Edomite. Why? Because he's receiving the truth. He's able to flourish in it. So we know through the spirit, we believe and have faith that he's an Israelite, even though he looks like a so-called white man.
Yep.
You know, but like Cameron Diaz, Leo DiCaprio, they're Jakes. They're Israelites. You tell by their parents. You know, they have flavor and spirit. You know.
And if I could say something, terms like black and white are misnomers on people. There's really no such thing as black people or white people. You know what I mean? Those are just colors. It's kindergarten stuff.
Yep. And I was gonna say too, the term of African American really that term came out in the 1980s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then even on top of thinking about so-called Africa, or I'll say the Hamites, because we got to understand of who Ham is, right? Right. So with the Hamites, when we were talking about how we have a greater enemy, which would be the so-called white man, right? People don't understand that a lot of the so-called white man's motives of homosexuality, transgenderism, eating things with blood, worshiping idols, things of that nature, what the so-called white man does, he got that from him. He got that from them so-called Africans. A lot of these white these Edomites, how they rule the planet Earth is based off of Ham's energy. Now Ham isn't here, you know what I'm saying, doing things to show, you know what I'm saying, but a lot of what Esau has done with his witchcraft, he got that from Ham. That's why when the Israelites got our law, when we got our law, statutes, and commandments, it was to show a differentiation of us and the heathen nations round about us. So it would show the wisdom that we have compared to what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't eat things with blood, because them Hamites was eating things with blood in it. That's why we wasn't supposed to sacrifice our child to Molech, because them Hamites was sacrificing them child to Molech. You know? And now the so-called white man has what? Planned Parenthood, which is Molech. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was just on a smaller scale, but I just wanted to make that point too. You know what I mean?
Can you bring out this in Psalms 83? Start at 3.
Can I bring this out real quick?
Yeah.
Can you get that sign real quick?
Yes, sir.
And I want to make this point to you too. Just like the brother Yarala just brought out that the Africans and Israelites have a different spirit. You know, Manute Bol, he compared Manute Bol and Mutombo, right? Elijah, King Elijah one. That's right. Two different spirits. And as you can see in the sign, I'm gonna read something for you. This is Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast. Think ye may that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So show me a Michael Jackson or a Michael Jordan that came out of the land of Ham.
He put difference when he put a spiritual, and the difference is spiritual. Yeah. And the flavor, the things that he blessed us with versus the things that he didn't give those so-called Africans. Man. As you see in the sign, you got a guy doing B-boy, Michael Jackson, and then you got guys over here with bones in their lips, circumcising their women, all type of crazy stuff, man. You know, to where the difference is spiritual. Yeah, we're all dark skinned, but hey, there's still a difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, no. And you know what, man? I mean, I agree 100% with you. I mean, even whenever my dad tells me the history of even Nigerians, I absolutely agree that it was God. I'm more of a black and white type person. So I absolutely agree that it was God was the one that sent white folks to actually, you know, bring wrath upon savages, you know, because whenever the bones and stuff like that, whenever you start going against, you know, against God and stuff like that and become savage, I believe that God has a group of people that actually, you know, that he pits against other people. That's what I believe. But at the same time, I don't think, I mean, at this current time right now, I don't think that just because a black person is from this part and the black person is from this part, that they should be condemned because they're from, you know, a such part.
You still getting caught up in that word black, bro. That's why we try to reprogram you, man. You got to get out of that, bro, because we come from a different lineage, man.
Right.
That's why it's important for you to study race. And most people, sociologists, they'll let you know that the whole concept of race was made up. It's a European concept. So when you use that word African or black, you gotta know that you're using that using that same term that the so-called white man put on you, man.
Right.
He made you a proverb and a byword, man. That's not your name. That's not your nationality. You see what I'm saying? And also, those so-called Africans, they had a confederacy with the so-called white man.
That's right.
That's why we're over here. Because they put us into captivity. They knew. But listen to me, brother. That wasn't. That was Hamites that knew that we wasn't. They wasn't our people, man. Hey, can you get that Psalms 83 and start at 3?
If I just expound on just a little bit. Yeah, in the transatlantic slave trade, they rounded us up
Right.
for the so-called white man.
Right.
They rounded us up. The Arabs built the ships,
Right.
and they sold us for mustard guns and wine. But people say that black people sold black people slavery. No, Hamites helped the Ishmaelites, which are the so-called Arabs to this day. They helped round us up to sell us to the Edomites.
And Israelites were dark skinned too.
Yeah.
Before they were white, mingled with the so-called white man. That's what people don't bring up.
Yeah, they were all dark skinned. And that was another difference. They knew, but we looked different. We dressed different. We wore beards. Okay, we had a different look about ourselves. The way we wore our clothing, we stood out.
Right.
So they knew who to pick out to sell us. You know? So that's nothing. That's why we're not with them. The scripture even prophesied against them in Joel the 3rd chapter. Okay? According to Joel the 3rd chapter, they round us up and they gonna pay.
Hey, can you get this in Psalms 83? Hey, people.
This is Psalms 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Oh, they taking crafty counsel. It's going to all the nations, man. Okay, go ahead.
They consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right, consulted against the hidden ones. Who is the hidden ones, man? The nation of Israel. We're hidden right now. Why? Because we don't know who we are. They're not calling us. It's not known for us to be the Israelites right now. And so the other nations. These other nations have consulted against the actual true nation of Israel. Go ahead.
Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Right, and they're trying to cut us off from being a nation. Okay? Why? Because the actual nations know when we're on top, they will be on the bottom. So that's why they always try to make us go off, try to take us down. Case in point, the so-called white man's doing it right now, Esau. He puts pork in everything, the way he pushes wickedness on our people. He does that to destroy us, to separate us from our power, to get us to go off. But it's not just him. All the other nations, those Hamites included, those so-called Africans, hey, they're right along with it. Okay, they call us Katas, all that type of stuff, you know? They forwarded our affliction and our captivity and our downfall. So no, we not gonna rock with them. We not. Because we know the truth. According to the Bible, they're not a part of the nation of Israel. So hey, if they're not of Israel, they're enemies to us. Because the Most High didn't give them the law, statutes, commandments. He's not dealing with them on that. You know? Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, everyone's against us, trying to make us in no more remembrance, you know? Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Right, they consulted together with one consent. That's right. Ask somebody hold Joel the 3rd chapter. Okay, go ahead. They consulted one consent, man. The United Nations, okay? These different summits. There's no real representative of the people on the sign here. And if you have someone from like Mexico or something like that, it's really an Edomite representative. But they don't really have our people representing us. We're not allowed at those meetings. Why? Because they consult against us. They're against the Heavenly Father. So they're against his people as well.
And also, how do you consult against us? By putting us into slavery, going into what the brother had brought out. They consulted to cut our name off, man. You see what I'm saying?
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1.
Actually, slacking on our
Yeah.
They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and
the so-called white man, tabernacles of Edom, go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites,
the so-called Arabs, who we know to this day, but this is their biblical nationality. That's why the brother keeps saying you gotta get out of that terms that the so-called white man made up. It's all about nations at the end of the day. There's 18 nations, biblical nations. Okay, go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites of Moab.
Moab was what will be today called the so-called Chinese, but they're actually Moabites. Go ahead.
And the Hagarims.
The Hagarims, that's a so-called African nation. African nation.
Verse 7. Gabal and Ammon.
Ammon, which would be so-called Japanese this day. Go ahead.
Amalek.
Amalek, and that's a nation of so-called white men as well. Those are those so-called Jews. But you see, it differentiated from Edom. Because those so-called Jews, they're the worst of the worst, man. They're the head tribe of Esau. Esau had 12 sons as well, just like Jacob had 12 sons. But Amalek is those so-called Jews, those filthy gutter rats, man, who controlling everything now. Those elites.
How did the Jews become the dominant? The Jews are supposed to be what y'all are, right? Or what we are, right? How did they become that? How did that happen?
Well, it was prophesy. It was actually prophesied like that. You know, for them to get into power. But it was done through the Rothschilds, how he had 5 sons, he sent them to different areas to take over the banking system. But it was ultimately prophesied. The Lord said that he was going to rule for a time. Okay, that was a blessing of Esau. He was going to have the fatness of the earth, and he was going to live by the scripture said, by the sword thou shalt live. So by the sword and military might, that's how they came into power. You know, and ultimately it was prophecy. You know, that they were going to be set up. That's why they were able to take down, over here they would take down the Native Americans. Why? Because the Heavenly Father wasn't with them at that time. He gave Esau the knowledge to make the Gatling gun, okay, to take down those tribes. Otherwise, hey, these native tribes was turning their behind off the bone, you know. But it was ultimately, it was prophesied for them to go into power for a short period of time. That's right. And that's how they was able to get into ranks. You know, when you go through history, you know, you look that up as well. But ultimately, it was prophecy at the end of the day.
But if you ask when, it was probably roughly around 70 AD. Is it right? About 70 AD.
No, the Edomites came into power like around the Greeks.
Yeah.
They first started with the Greeks and they came to power. It's Alexander, the son of Philip.
Edomites are the whites.
Yeah, that's when like I said, civilization started with the Greeks. They're talking about their civilization. Yeah, their civilization started. Okay, so that's when the so-called white men, the Edomites, really started coming to power at the time of Greeks, and it changed when the Romans came.
What about the white Jews? Like, what's the difference between the Edomites and the white Jews now? Then,
I mean, there's not really a difference. It just depends on the tribe. Like, it just depends on the tribe that you're from. But they're all still Edomites at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But the so-called Jews are just the tribe of Esau that actually rose in power, that are controlling everything. So they're even oppressing their own people now. The other Edomites, they're oppressing their own other tribe.
The Amalekites, the so-called Jewish people, is a tribe of the Edomites.
It's a tribe of
yeah. So they're just a head tribe. So they came to power, but they don't give a damn about any of their own people either.
Right.
You know, actually give that numbers. Was that Amalek was the first of the nations?
Numbers 24, I think it is.
I believe so. Grab that real quick.
Africans too. Most of those are Africans. A lot of those are Africans. You got your Ishmael, Edom, Moab, and all them, but a lot of those others are Africans.
This is Numbers chapter 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said,
right, this is the prophecy against Amalek, those so-called Jews. Right?
Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Right, he was the first of the nations, so he's going to be on power. Okay, for the latter end, which is right now, and he's going to perish forever. So we're in a time where when the things really hit the fan, and the Lord comes back, and everyone else is going, a lot of the Edomites are going to be destroyed. But we're going to gather up those Amalekites, and we're going to put them into slavery, and that's according to the scriptures. Okay? But at the end of the day, the kingdom of heaven, the scriptures say that we're going to destroy the whole nation of Esau after 1,000 years of slavery. But he's the first of the nation. That's why they're in power right now. That's why they're running the diamond district. That's why they're running the Hollywood, the music industry. Because he was prophesied to be the first of the nation. He was going to take over and run everything.
Go back and he was the first, and Amalek, when we were coming out of Egypt, Amalek was the first nation to actually come against us.
Yeah.
When we came out of Egypt.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us pass.
You know?
Yeah, they wouldn't let us pass through their land. We had to go around.
Yep.
You know, so they wouldn't let us pass people. So they came up against us like that.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
The King's Highway, we could have just went straight through to our land, but we had to go all the way around. And we went to Esau like, look, we ain't gonna eat none of your food, we ain't gonna drink none of your water. Our animals ain't gonna drink none of your water. All we want to do is just pass through. And the Edomites was like, hell no, man, y'all ain't about to pass through our land. So we had to walk all the way around. So that's why I said he was the first of the nations, because they actually came out against us. That was the first nation to come against us when we left out of the land of Egypt. You know,
they were always making pacts trying to destroy us, man. Case in point, Haman. You know what I'm saying? During the Persian Empire, man, he was trying to get us totally exterminate off the face of the earth. Antiochus, you know what I'm saying? Man, that was a wicked dude, man. Antiochus, when you do the research on him, man, wicked. Titus, he was wicked. Herod was wicked, man. All of them, they tried their hardest to totally wipe us out.
So that's where those Amalekites are still ruling. Like the time of the Renaissance period, Every time the Caesar boys, and all those prominent families, those are all so-called Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, so to where they were running things. Well, so that line all the way down. You know, to this day, so they're in power.
Yeah.
Go ahead. But like I say, it separated them. Why? Because of the level of weakness that they portray, that particular tribe. You know, so it separated them. They're really the scum of the earth. You know? Go ahead.
This is Psalm 83, and I'll continue in 7. Paul and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines.
Philistines, which is another so-called African tribe, the Philistines. Okay, those were some of our toughest enemies in the time of Joshua. The Philistines, they were some rough customers, but they're a so-called African nation as well. You know, so we were at war with them. That's so right. Just because they're dark skinned, that don't mean we're gonna rock with them because they're dark skinned. You know, it's like I said, it's all about nationality and then what line you come from, who's chosen, who's not chosen. So go ahead.
Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Tyre. That's another so-called African tribe, nation. Go ahead.
Assur is also joined with them.
Right, so he just ran down a list of all the nations that are against the nation of Israel. And in the midst of that, you have those African nations as well. So, I mean, just because they're dark skinned don't mean we're going to rock with it.
All right, but what about the different brands of the Hebrew Israelite brothers? You know, because from what I know, you know, there's like different sects.
We don't rock with all of them.
Who's to say that the black on black tribal warfare back then wasn't the same thing that we got right now? I mean, who's to say that it wasn't defined upon geographical areas? Like, you know, I'm from the I'm West Coast, you East Coast, I don't like you, or, you know, I'm dark skinned, you light skinned, I don't like you.
Well, because the scriptures don't say that. It's all according to the scriptures. Okay, you can't think about it as East Coast, West Coast now. That's not what happened. You know, it's either about are you an Israelite or if you're not.
Yeah.
No matter where you reside, it's either you're a line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or you're not. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. And those African nations, they're not a part of that.
Yeah. You know, like I can say, you always had inter-tribe quarrels, man.
Right.
Case in point, look what's going on in Sudan, man. You got Southern Sudan and North Sudan. They at war with one another, man. It's a civil war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Because they're not getting along. You always had that in the scriptures, man. The tribe of Benjamin was almost wiped out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
During the time of Judges, bro.
Yep, that's right.
So you always, you know, that always happens amongst people.
Right. Yeah. So there are certain different senses why but there's different divisions because of the gospel. But at the end of the day, they're still our brothers, and we understand through the scriptures that when the Lord comes back, 2/3 of our people is going to be destroyed, whether they call themselves Israelites or they call themselves Black, African, or whatever. But we all going to be together in the kingdom of heaven, and the Most High is going to close up them breaches, and we're not going to war amongst each other. We're not going to teach each other the scriptures. We're going to be in complete and utter harmony with one another. To where, hey, you ain't going to look at nobody that's of your nation, and your first thing is to think something negative about us. You know? The Lord's going to put that spirit on us. But right now, we're in a time of division. The Lord's separating the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, the elect, and He's separating them from the 2/3, because the 2/3, according to the scripture, are going to be destroyed. And a lot of those camps that aren't teaching the doctrine, true doctrine, they're a part of the 2/3. And they're enemies for the gospel's sake, according to Romans, the 11th chapter. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that they're not going to be right eventually in the kingdom of heaven. It's just a part of the story right after the Heavenly Father set up, according to the scriptures. You know? But like I said, but at the end of the day, it boils down to, are you an Israelite or are you not? At the end of the day. Yeah, the precept?
Yeah, this is a precept going into what you was talking about, like the so-called black on black crime, like you were saying. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hast cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them."
That's right.
And utterly
And those are all so-called African nations. that we on the way to the land of Canaan, that's who we're warned against. Okay, and Heavenly Father, he's smitten them before us. Go ahead.
It says, "Thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them."
Hey, no covenants with them, no agreements, no pacts, no friendship, no daps or hugs. Okay, we shall destroy them. Even to this day, even though they may be getting persecuted like in South Africa and things of that nature, we all oppressed under the so-called white man's rulership. That doesn't mean that we still gonna be their friends. You know, the enemy of my enemy is not my friend. Not in this case. They're all enemies. We just under one heathen nation right now. You know, but just because they getting oppressed like we are, that don't mean that we gonna be cool with them. You know.
And if I could even make a point, you even have we know some BS at the end of the day, but you have the UN. A lot of those Hamites, they have seats in the UN. But the nation of Israel, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, we don't have no seat in the UN, in the United Nations, because we're decimated down to not even be considered a people. You know, them Hamites, they got a seat there. We don't. That lets you know who the true Israelites are too. You know what I'm saying?
I never see Al Sharpton in the UN representing the black, so-called blacks. You see what I'm saying?
See,
Jesse Jackson, they want to know they don't have no
with a
UN
mind
seat.
frame though. I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with. I mean, that's whenever you feel someone out and actually, all right, if you talk to me long enough, you could already tell that I'm pro-black. That regardless, even if I'm from North Africa, east, west, south, if you talk to me long enough, you could already tell that I'm pro-black and that I want to see our people out of this condition. It ain't gonna matter where I'm from, no. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Al Sharpton.
It doesn't matter where you're from if you're an Israelite.
Right. That's it. That's the key.
But the key is if you're an Israelite, because we're only out here for Israelites. And we don't go under the doctrine that we're black. That's where we separate each other, man.
That's right.
We're not black. We don't proclaim to be black. That's a white man's term. And unless you agree with what the scriptures say, then we're not going to agree with it. We come out of the doctrine of the scriptures. Under Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
That's why it says in Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, they speak not according to this word, is because there is no light in them. Man.
That's right.
So if you ain't coming under the doctrine of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, we're not for you. Because we're not for 2/3 of our people. Are you so-called black people? Are you so-called Latino people? Are you so-called Native American people, man? We're not for all of the nation Israel, because our people are wicked. We are only for the elect that agree that the only way we will get out of here is following the way of the true power, which his name is Yahweh, in the name of his son, who the world called Jesus Christ, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. That's what we believe.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So this thing is about not only doctrine, but it's about nationality, man. But ultimately, it's about these scriptures. It isn't about being pro-black. It isn't about being pro-African. We're not about that. We don't agree with those terms.
It's about the elect of the nation of Israel.
That's it.
That's it.
That's scattered amongst all the nations.
That's right. That's going, and some of them are going to look like the other nations. But ultimately, they go back to the nation of Israel. And that's who we for. We're for the nation of Israel. Now, there are a lot of people that are so-called black, that are in these other nations, that are in fact Israelites. Yes. Does that mean we're for everybody that's black? No. Why is that? Because they're not Israelites. See, the black people, there's some black people that's over there that's in Africa. Just because they're black, that doesn't mean that they are Israelites. You see? So we don't get along. Why is that? Because the Most High said to not allow them in our congregation. That is a rule. They're not of our nationality. Regardless of what they've been through. Regardless of what we've been through. Regardless of if it's similar. They've been oppressed, we've been oppressed. Guess what? We're not for all of them. But for who? The nation of Israel. Go ahead, brother. Slack.
Good, bro. This is Matthew chapter 15, verse 22. It says, "And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the midst of the same coast, and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David." So a Canaanite woman, who is a Canaan is a descendant of Ham. You see what I'm saying? Canaan is a descendant of Ham. So a Canaanite woman is asking the Messiah to have mercy on her. Let's see what the Messiah says. She said, "My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil," saying her daughter was possessed with certain demons on her. Verse 23, it says, "But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." So why didn't the Lord heal her? She had faith. Well, he did heal her, but why did he ignore her initially? Because she had faith, and she said, "I need help," because she was a Canaanite, she was an African woman, and she wasn't an Israelite woman. That's why Yahushua said, "I have not come. I'm not here for you other nations. I'm only here for the lost sheep of the house of Israel." Now, just because you in Africa, you might be in that land, and if you an Israelite, I'm coming for you. But if your line goes back to another nation, I'm not for you.
That's right.
That's why I said lost sheep. You see?
That's right. So I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. According to curses, Deuteronomy 2:64, we were scattered throughout the whole four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So as the brother's reference, it doesn't matter. It only matters where you're from. Well, it doesn't matter where you're from if you're an Israelite. You know, because we were scattered all over the place, through various captivities and slavery. You know, that's why his brother saying, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, you know.
All right, bro. Take it easy, bro. I got a precept. This is Matthew chapter 10, I'll start at verse 5. It says, "These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles."
Right, go not into the way of the Gentiles, meaning the other heathen nations. Okay? Go ahead.
And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's who we're out here for. That's who the Lord told his disciples to go out and preach the word to. To go out and bring the good tidings, bring the good news, which is the gospel, to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And he said not to Samaritans. Why? Because in 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, we were taken out of that land in the Assyrian captivity, to where they put the Cushites in that land. So he said, don't go over there, man. Because why? Those are Cushites, those are Hamites in that land. Don't go preach them. Those aren't the real Jews. Okay? Go preach to your people. That's why Matthew 1:21 said, "Thou shalt name his name Yahushua," who the word Italy calls Jesus. "He shall save his people from their sins." That's a possessive pronoun. His people. That's a possession, man. And Hebrews 7:14 tells you the Lord sprang out of Judah, which is the tribe of Israel. Okay? So that's what we are here for at the end of the day, man. Not everybody's going to get it, and that's fine with that. The scriptures told us that. We're just going to preach for edification of the camera, man, for who's going to understand it and receive it and be built up by it, man.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
What's that?
I'm saying church is where you praise God.
What, church
Church is where you praise God.
Okay, we're out here praising the Heavenly Father right now.
Where do you preach us?
Right here. Right here. Right here. We don't. According to what the scriptures told us to do, go out to the highways and hedges and go out there and preach the word.
I agree.
That's right. Go ahead and do that now, Joel.
It's Joel chapter 3.
Sorry, verse 1.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1. "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem."
Right, the Lord's going to bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and he's going to turn our captivity around, you know? That's a good one.
It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right, the Lord's gonna bring, the Heavenly Father's gonna bring all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. Why? Because of the captivity of his people. Okay, now this is going to the point to where he was talking about why we can't get along with those so-called Africans, man. Just because they're dark-skinned people. No, man, this is the account right here to where they helped round us into slavery, man. Okay, I'm not gonna rock with you, bro, when you help forward out affliction, man. That's not how this works.
That's right.
It's the same way we don't get along with the so-called white man. We don't forget. The Most High didn't forget what those Hamite nations did to his people as well, man. Go ahead.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my inheritance.
Right, he's gonna plead with them there, man, for his people, for his inheritance. Okay, he's gonna judge, make all those nations go into one big free battle royale and destroy each other for his people, man.
All for it all.
Yep, a brawl for it all, man. You know, he's gonna start a riot like Two Chainz song. He's gonna start a riot, man. In the Middle East, man, it's gonna go down.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
For my people, for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
Right, we're scattered among the nations, man. Okay, so if you look like a so-called a dark-skinned person out of the land of Zimbabwe or whatever, but if you're an Israelite, hey, then you're an Israelite. Cool, more power to you. You know, but we were scattered. But just because you out of that land and you know, it really doesn't matter, man. You have to be an Israelite no matter where you're from. What I'm just saying. You know?
Go ahead. For my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land, and they have cast lot for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot.
That's what happened, man. That's what they had us on auction blocks here in America. Giving a boy for a harlot, man, so uses as sex slaves. Go ahead.
And sold a girl for wine.
Right, selling us for wine and different bartering systems, man. They pretty much use us as objects in that day, man. Bartering objects. Like we were just a spoon.
Commodity.
Yeah, commodities, man. And we're still like that to this day. All I gotta do is look up the number on your birth certificate and you're on the stock market, man. We're still commodities to this day. But now everybody's a commodity. You know? But more so the nation of Israel, man, because we're the chosen people. That's why they have us at the forefront of everything. That's why they use us so much. You know?
If I can say too, is that's why you have like a lot of like Walmart. If you go to like major, I'll say majorly Walmart. You know what I'm saying? But like if you go to Walmart, you go through the main doors. If you look to the right or left on that wall, you always have the missing children or the missing teenagers or like last seen in 2006 or whatever the case may be. 90% of the time it's gonna be Jake. You know what I'm saying? Because they getting a lot of Jake. You know, they're getting them, they're using them for organs, you know what I'm saying, for their blood, sex trafficking, you know, getting their melanin, doing experiments and tests. And that's just on a larger scale, you know, that can actually link up with that scripture there. You know what I'm saying? Melanin is priced higher than gold. You know what I'm saying? So they doing the same thing today, you know?
Can't stop. You know? We're still in captivity unto this day, man. You know? Go ahead,
and have sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Right, Tyre and Zidon, man. They're talking about those the African, so-called African nations, man. You know, Tyre and Zidon. What have you to do with us, man? Right. You know, what do those heathen, nasty ass nations have to do with us, man? Nothing, man. Not a damn thing. Go ahead.
And all the coasts of Palestine.
Right. You Arabs, you so-called Arabs, man. You Israelites, y'all as well. Go ahead.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. It says, will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, so that's what I'm talking about. Are you going to pay me back, man? Right. Can you give back what all you took from my people and from me, man? Right. You try to, I'm going to return it upon your own head, man, and put you in slavery. Right. That's the payback. So nothing that they can give physically is going to stop what these so-called African nations have come as well, man. They gotta get what's coming to them, man, which is slavery.
It says, verse 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and carried into your temple my goodly pleasant things, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians.
Right, which is the so-called white men, the Edomites. Like I mentioned earlier, man, they rounded us up, the Arabs built the ships, okay, and then all in one confederacy sold us to the Edomites, man, with musket guns and wine. Go ahead.
That ye might remove them far from their border.
Right, we got to remove far from our borders, man. Right, they took us on way out here in the Western Hemisphere to the Americas, okay, to put us in slavery, man. So we got to remove far from our borders. Go ahead.
Verse 7, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, so that's what time we're in right now. We're in time being raised back up, man. So where in slavery under the so-called white man, the Hebrew got beat out of us, but now we're waking up. Okay, we're waking up to who we are. We come out here proclaiming the words of the Heavenly Father, tell these other nations that they're going to slavery, including those so-called Africans, you Hamites. Okay, and we're not giving a damn what some emotional Negro has to say about it, man. That's Jake's problem, man. Jake too damn emotional, man.
That's right.
You know, they can't get out of their damn feelings. You know?
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Verse 8, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
That's right. They gonna be rounded. They gonna be rounded up as well. You put it in our hands.
Coming up.
You know? Go ahead up.
And they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, for Yahweh has spoken it.
Right. So it's gonna be our turn to do our own little Hebrew slave trade. You know? So we're gonna be getting heathen nation round up, having other heathens round up other certain heathens that we're looking for. And we're gonna use y'all for our game, whatever we want to do. Spirit and power, mighty be how much you know, it's gonna be our turn that day.
That's right.
We're gonna be 25, we're gonna be getting it that day. Inspecting the strongest of you heathen nations.
That's
man.
right.
The best looking at the women.
That's right.
Okay, to breed or not. We ain't gonna breed them fine. We're gonna take them for ourselves.
Right.
We're just gonna breed y'all them strong, wide back women. We're gonna breed them. Yeah, stomp them grapes. Bale that hay, carry them rocks. That's what we're gonna breed. You know, the big strong bucks. You know? Or as strong as they can be, because they Edomites are weak as hell anyway.
That's right.
But the strongest.
Experiments, man. You know? We're doing experiments, get a whole bunch of kick Cushites and a whole bunch of Moabites, you know what I'm saying? Had them breed, so we got a top of the line females.
Yep. That's right. We're gonna be able to do what we want to, man. It's gonna be our turn. Complete righteousness. We're not gonna do anything sick or twisted while we're doing it like you Edomites do.
Right.
You know?
We're gonna abide by the law.
Yep, it's gonna be by the law, man. You know, but within that law, we're gonna put as much hell on it all as humanly possible, man.
That's right.
And we're gonna have the spirit of Yahweh Shema shine full, so hey, we're gonna be able to go to great lengths to put hell on y'all through that law, man. You know?
Have a transgalactic slave trade over there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Slavery in Mars.
Yep. For real. They be playing, man. Like, it's gonna be slaves on different planets, man. They're gonna be traveling. Man, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna ride in my chariot, man.
Oh, that's
they ain't riding in my chariot. They gonna have to be on the outside, holding their breath or something. They gonna have to
Texas. They might have Texas instead of the chariot. The Hamite chariot.
We'll make something you gotta ride. Yeah, you damn sure gonna ride the whole chariot.
Hell no.
You ain't defiling my chariot.
Nah.
Yeah, we messed up. I'll let you explode in space and push you back together.
Teleporter. Probably teleporter.
Hey,
yeah, teleport their
I
ass.
don't know.
This is Psalms chapter 149, verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand.
Right, so the saints, man, the praise of the Most High gonna be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, man. Okay, they're not gonna be no choir boys, okay, acting all soft and emotional, man, in the church, crying and falling out and shivering and all that things, man. The real saints are gonna praise the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shema Shai, and we're gonna have swords in our hand every while. We're soldiers for Yahweh Shema Shai.
That's right.
Okay, the Lord is a man of war, and so is his men. Okay, they're not no soft ass pansies like they portray in the churches, man. Some emotional little girls, man. And they weep behind their women, and we don't understand it, man. You know, with no testicular fortitude. Go ahead.
Verse 7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen.
All right, we're gonna execute vengeance upon the heathen, man. Right. Okay? It ain't gonna be no get along and a whole nation coming together, one nation under the groove type shit. Okay? We're gonna execute vengeance upon the heathen, man. Okay? Thus said the Bible, man. We didn't say it. Everyone be getting an uproar about because we said it. No, man. We didn't do nothing but coming out the book of the scripture, man. Coming out the words of the Heavenly Father, how about Shema Shah? We just the messengers. These are ultimately his words. Okay? Go ahead up.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
Right. Punishments upon the people, man. People are going to be punished in the day of the Lord, man.
That's right.
And the Lord is going to use certain men to do it. Okay? With the Lord Yahushua at the head of it, man. There's going to be a lot of judgment issued out, man. Punishments among the people in different ways. And the men of the Lord are going to be one of those ways. Okay? Go ahead.
To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
Right, the kings will change their nobles with fetters of iron, man. It's all about you elites. Okay, you're not gonna just get no pistol to the head, or no, you're not gonna get your head chopped off by a man of the Lord. Okay, you're not gonna die in nuclear destruction. No, you're gonna get chained up, and you're gonna have a yoke around you, and you're gonna see how it feels. Because you had such pleasure in speaking words and having slaves move whichever way you feel, man. So you're gonna have to get a taste of that. You actually gonna get all the taste of it. You're gonna get all of that. You're gonna drink that cup, man.
To execute upon them the judgment written.
The judgment that's written, man. That's the judgment written. Prophecy. That's prophecy. Okay? For the heathen nations to go into slavery under the nation of Israel, man. Okay? Every heathen nation. Okay? And just because they're dark skinned, it doesn't mean anything, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the spirit.
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, no, yeah, we're going to spirit to differentiate that day, man. Like y'all ask how we know. We gonna know in that day.
May I ask something, brother? And that's how you know that Esau craftiness runs deep, man, because nobody questioned those Jews over there. Nobody say, oh, y'all white, but I thought y'all was the same, you know, y'all, why ain't y'all the same people? They know that those Jews are different, man. Those so-called Christians call them the Israelites, man. And they call themselves Gentiles, bro. But it's so far-fetched to think that so-called black people could be different in nationality.
That's right.
Man, I got a precept. Oh, so like, are you finished?
I just want to finish the verse.
Come.
It says, this honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh.
That's an honor, man. That's an honor and a blessing to be able to do that, man. To be able to put your hands on your oppressor. Put your hand on a person that controlled your life since you've been in this captivity, in this incarnation.
Without going to jail.
Yeah, without going, no consequences.
That's right.
You can do whatever you want, man, through the spirit, man. That's an honor.
That's right.
You know, to see the downfall of your enemy, man, and be able to actually put hands on the top devil that control everything, that create this whole situation, this whole hell. Okay, to get your hands on one of them, man.
Hey, and then the scripture says in Psalms, we're going to take their little ones and dash them against the stone. How they rape our women of our nation, cut the womb, cut the stomach open, let the baby dangle on the cord, and put their boot on the infant head. We're going to take those same nation of people they're talking about, we're going to dash their kids against the stone.
That's right.
That's in the book of Psalms 137.
The scripture say we're gonna wash our feet in their blood.
Blood, right.
That's in Psalm 58.
Hey, it's gonna be so much killing, so much blood. I'm gonna be like, Tazama, I'm gonna run into you. I might slide in the blood trying to get to you. Cause I want to kick him in his ass.
It's gonna be that much blood.
Man, the Lord Most High gonna give us a cold spirit, bro.
That's
We
right.
gonna laugh about it.
Yeah.
Go over Bond's crib like, man, you was tripping. Drinking your like, dog.
Sliding on his blood.
Yeah, man, talking to one another, but hey, man, they're trying to go smash the baby's heads against the rocks real quick. Man, let's go, man.
Let's go, bro.
This is gonna be second nature. It's
right.
It's gonna be in us.
Yep.
You know?
Why? Because it's gonna be the Lord's judgment, man.
Exactly.
He gonna program us to carry out His will.
That's right.
His will is what's written in these scriptures, man.
Get this foot, brother.
Isaiah 13:16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished.
Start up verse. About that in a long time.
Yeah.
Man. Dust off that one.
Book 15.
Start up, 14.
Isaiah 13 to 14. And it shall be as a chased roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Right, a chase roe, that's a deer, man. That's a deer, man. He's gonna be as a chase roe in that day. He'll be running for their life in that day, you know? In the day of the Lord's vengeance. Go ahead.
That no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one to his own land.
Right, that's all about the times that we're coming in, man. Everyone's gonna flee into his own land, man. People gonna be scared as hell running away, trying to get away from all this turmoil that's gonna be going on. Those heathen nations, they really gonna get out of Dodge that day. They already starting to get what they can to get out and go back home. They really finna get out of here. Right?
Everyone, verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Verse 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces.
Right, their children also will be dashed to pieces, man.
Before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
So we're gonna take their women. They're gonna be put to death before they come. If you don't do that's adultery. So we're gonna put them to death. Hey, and on, you better do what you want, man. Because that guy's something gonna put in the earth. You know, so we're gonna do the same thing they did to us, man. But we're gonna do it right. So we're not gonna rape your women in front of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna rape your men in front of you.
Right.
You know, you're gonna get put to death, and then it's gonna be on that. But we all gonna dash your kids against some stones like you did in front of us, man.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find ways to be diabolical within the law.
Oh yeah.
Stuff that we haven't even, thought about. Took it that far in your mind, because that's a whole new other side of madness to have the ability to totally destroy somebody, bro. We don't have that perspective because we're not in the rulership mentality, but we'll get that back. We'll figure out what we can do within the law. It's on.
That's right. So the Lord put the Spirit on His men. He's gonna open our minds up, man. So we're gonna figure it all out. We're gonna push the limits.
The scripture say,
meditate,
they start doing Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, not according to the anger and fury that we have right now, or what I'm saying, or what our own carnal minds and our own futile thoughts. And the Lord said they're going to do in Edom according to my anger and my fury. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be according to what, and bro, the Most High flood the earth.
Bro, look at the stuff He let Esau do to us. Just flip this upside of the coin today.
Times 7 million.
Times 7. Well, we start to change the darkness, and we can't really think on the righteous side, So that's why the scripture say we just meditate terrors. We try to see what we can think of, what we're gonna do, but ultimately all that stuff we talking about, that's you smash the baby 3 times. No, bro.
Right now I'm thinking about the cartoon stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like Hulk slamming Loki and Avengers now. There'll be way more than that. How she got shot.
Passing legislation, man. When you control the legislation, man, you control the world, man.
That's right.
They should. Nelson Rockefeller said this, man. I don't want ownership of I don't want ownership. I want control. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna be able to pass certain laws. You know what I'm saying? That's in the law of the scriptures, man. Legislation of that nature. That's gonna have them under some total subjection. Because you can put usury on heathens. That's right. You can't do it to your brother. You can't do it to your brother. So we gonna be going hard, man. Hey, we're a part of the government, most I willing that's soon to be set up, man. So we're gonna be passing all types of legislation, man. The brother Ariana might have a question on how he could treat his slaves if they get out of line, and he might have to run it up, and we might have to take it to council. There might be a law written like, hey, this is ordained at this time in this section, because this is good for the environment to do this or that to your slave. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's right.
You could ration out, your food to your slaves at this amount. This is the efficient amount that a human being needs in order to survive. Everybody agree? Okay.
Feeding them animals that die upon themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that. We can find an animal that's just dead laying on the ground and feed it to one of the Hebrews.
Con.
You can do that in the law.
That's right.
You can't just do it to one of our food game. These heathens gonna have it bad.
That's right.
Really bad, yo. Especially in that time when the Lord raised up his men, that spiritual power, man, to start reaping at their judgment. When the Lord comes back, oh man, it's gonna go down, and it's only gonna get worse from there. To the kingdom, oh man, it's just gonna be bad for you. Now the other heathen nations, y'all will be cool after y'all serve y'all slavery, y'all still be in captivity. You know, y'all should be in subjection, but the Edomites, yeah, oh yeah. It ain't the time to be a so-called white man these days, man.
That's right.
You know, ain't the time to be an Edomite. White ain't right.
That's right.
Yeah, someone that research
White ain't right.
God, this is Isaiah 49, I start at verse 22. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles and set up my standard to the people. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders.
Right.
God, I'm starting towards the middle. It says, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers.
Right, so hey, the highest of their elites is going to take care of my babies. You know, I'm going to use them for servants. You know, they're going to serve Angel Mama. Yeah, y'all going to be the Angel Mamas in that day. Y'all going to be the mammies in that day.
With the rag on their
We're going to get to make cartoons about them like they did us.
Yeah,
God, bro.
It's going to be off the chain, bro.
You know, Israel niggas already ridiculously creative with this side. Just think in the spirit you have by Shimon shot.
That's right.
We're going to completely break y'all down that day, man. Eventually, spiritually, physically. Okay? Just like y'all did us, but we're going to completely destroy you. Right? Well, I say, even y'all, the highest of y'all highest are going to serve, man. You're going to be in subjection. The kids will be slapping you upside your head while you're carrying them and shit. You know? You can't do nothing about it, man. Go ahead.
God, it says, they shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh.
Right, so they're going to be completely bowed down to us, man. They're not even going to be able to look at us. You know? Walk backwards when you come here. Don't even look at me. You know? That type of stuff. Yep. That type of control, man.
No, they're going to be completely ashamed.
Completely ashamed, man, to where you make you get so low down there, you down there under the ground. You know?
Yep, it's like how they did us.
Yep, that's right. You know, that's complete subjection and control, man. But hey, it ain't our words though. It ain't nothing wrong with slavery, man, if it's done the right way. What the slavery that the so-called white man did, bro.
He cut off his rods and put it in a pickle jar.
Yeah, and then cut off his rod and put it in a pickle jar, you know? What's up? What's up, man? Yeah, what's your question?
If I had it, I would. I'm asking, please.
Word.
Nah, we. Sorry,
Busted.
all we got is word, bro. Get to it.
I'm going to continue on.
That's what Peter says. So we go ahead now, but the word you have about Shimon shot.
Yeah. Again, the reason why I asked you, I just got out here, you know, I don't have no way home. And then if I quit this train, I'm straight out there. It's simple. All I need is 3 more bucks in.
I honestly don't have to.
Anybody, please. Ask you, please.
I ain't got it either.
I'm sorry, we don't have anything else.
Oh, cool. All right. Continuing on. It says,
You know, I get it back to you.
it says, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
We should not be ashamed that wait for the Heavenly Father. We're not going to have no shame that day. Okay? We got to take the low right now. We're being ashamed right now. Taking L's right now. But if you wait on the Heavenly Father, have patience, and also that word wait goes into servant, man. Being What do you have a waiter? That's a server. Someone that waits on someone hand and foot. So we serve the Heavenly Father, man. We're not going to be ashamed of that day. Okay? But right now, we got to take the low. Okay? Give me Micah 7 and 9, I believe. Real quick.
Back on what you were saying earlier about how Esau basically he did too much while when he had us in slavery. You know, he passed the boundaries of what the Lord had set. It says, this is Zechariah chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 15. No, I'm gonna start at verse 14. So the angel that communed unto me, that communed with me, said unto me, cry thou, saying, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, I am jealous for Zion, for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy.
Right, jealous, go ahead.
And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
Right, he's sore, the Heavenly Father is at displeased with the heathen that are at ease, man. Okay, he's not happy with these other nations, man. And they're at ease right now, walking around thinking everything is all good because we're on the bottom right now. They're thinking it's going to stay that way. And they're doing everything in their power to make sure they stay that way. So they're getting comfortable right now. Thinking this is going to last forever, you know?
For I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the affliction.
Right, the Heavenly Father was just a little displeased with where he did what he said he was going to do, but then the heathens helped forward the affliction, man. Okay, to where Esau is still forwarding the affliction to this day. That's why you have to have Esau ease up around the time of the 60s, man, with the civil rights movement, because Esau was still going hard, man. Okay, they were lynching the hell out of Jacob, destroying Jacob after the time of slavery, man. To where things had to ease up, you know? To where we're still in captivity, but it's a mental captivity now, to where we're able to at least come out and speak and have so-called certain freedoms to where the Most High allowed his men to come out here and preach the word, you know? But they're helpful in the affliction. They're still doing it to this day, man. They're still trying to put hell on us. These other nations still putting hell on us, man. We still look down upon as lowest and low. They profile you. They watch you when they come in the stores. You know, so they're still for the affliction. Okay.
Micah 7 and 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord.
All right, we have to bear the righteous anger of the Lord. Man. That's something you have to bear right now. Okay. We bear that. We take them L's and we, you know, because why? We sin. You know, we go on, man. We still fall sometimes in this day, man. Okay, we're still in captivity, we're still under curses. So that's something we got to eat until the Heavenly Father lifts those curses up from us and send that son back. Go ahead.
I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him.
Right, we sinned against the Heavenly Father, man. That's the reason why we're in captivity right now. Go ahead.
Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me.
Right, until he plead our cause, man. He's going to execute judgment that day, man. But you just got to have patience and wait on him, you know? And he's going to plead his cause. He's doing it right now, right before our eyes if you're paying attention. All you got to do is be able to stand strong, man, and have the faith to keep pushing. Anybody said it was going to be easy, you know, but hey, the rewards hella outweigh what we're going through right now. A perpetual kingdom versus you tired. You know, you lose your job, you lose your woman. You see a few homosexuals. You know, you see a couple of wicked niggas, which the scripture says you always gonna see it. You lose them, man. You know, you so frustrated when you damn near have an aneurysm when you got a headache against stuff that already prophesied you was gonna see.
Right.
You know, but you destroy yourself because like the boy was going to on the WhatsApp earlier, because you didn't have no balance, man. Yeah, all these things is frustrating, but you still gotta bear it, man. And understand what the greater good is. That's right. You know, just keep fighting for it.
That's right. That's
Otherwise,
right.
you ain't gonna last. You'll be so angry, you fuck around and do something rash, you know?
Hey, man, I say this, and really, bro, we don't really just have it that bad. You know, there was an older homeless guy that just came by, man. He got sandals on. When he get up, you can see he's hurting. You know what I'm saying? Cold, skinny, no clothing. You see what I'm saying? Hey, you could be out here bad, man.
That's
but why
right.
how about me on shot that you got this truth, bro?
That's
We
right.
really ain't got it. We really ain't don't have it that bad. And the time of Jacob trouble is not even here yet.
That's right.
When it's gonna get bad, they gearing up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you know you gotta make a choice of what you believe in, bro.
Yeah, It's really, it's ordinary, man. Even if you live in check to check, man, you can go home every night to somebody's house. It's cold as hell out here.
It's cold.
You gotta be out here behind a trash can. You know what I'm saying? It could be way worse. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Way worse, dude.
be out here crying like a hoe outside here, bro.
Crying, everybody walking around drunk. Everybody eating, what's that, got bread, Zeppelin sandwiches and shit.
McDonald's.
You know what I'm saying? Even dudes out at McDonald's, you hungry in the hole. You digging the trash can, you resort to digging in trash cans. Hey, so we really don't have it that bad.
That's right.
Like I was say, it's the worst part's coming though. You know, you can't lose it now over some chilling, over some medium bull crap. You know, the hard part's coming. We're just in the beginning of Star Wars right now.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Right, that's common to man. There's no temptation, no little situation that comes to you that's not common, man. Okay, so I guarantee you someone else went through your situation. Your hell is not worse than someone else, man. But that was the spirit that brother was talking about today, man. That complaining all the time, and we gonna vent. But you know, you gotta get out of that, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, ain't nothing that's not common that's gonna happen to you, man. Everybody go through hell. Suck it up, you know. But that spirit can be really demoralizing and draining. You hear somebody that's negative all the time complaining about what the hell they're going through.
Yeah.
Especially if you ain't trying to change it. You know.
Go ahead. It says, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
Right, he's faithful, so he's not gonna suffer you to be something to have you tempted to something where you can't handle it, man. If you can't handle it, that means you was weak anyway. You know, yeah, it might suck, but hey, you'll live. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're going through, you'll live, man. So, hey, the Most High is not gonna suffer you to just completely destroy you, man. It's just for chastisement.
That's
to
right.
build you up. It's not to break you. Okay, it's for the goal to build you up to make you stronger. You know?
Go ahead. But will with the temptation also make a way to escape?
Yeah, you'll make a way to escape. A lot of times Jake don't take that way. Whether it's be pride or you want to stay in that BS situation, man. Jake don't want to take that way and listen, man. Your own worst enemy is yourself in this truth. You know? And so, but if you spiritually, you pay attention, if you fight for Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you're going to see the way that he's giving you. You know, whether it be to ask somebody for help in whatever situation it is. You know, Jake be on that I'm a man spirit and I don't feel like being a burden. Hey, sometimes you got to bite down, you got to ask for help. We in captivity, man. We in slavery, we losing. Hey, everybody got a big ass bag full of hoes walking around America, man. Sometimes you're gonna have to get help or whatever the case may be. The Most High gonna create a way, man. You may not like the way, but it's a way out. You know, it's on you if you're gonna take it or not.
It says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape that ye may be able to bear it?
And you may be able to bear it, man, to where you can get through it and come out on the other side more refined, stronger, a little harder, man. So that's the ultimate goal. That's what this thing is all about, man. This walk is a series of tests. Test you see what decision you're gonna make. Whether you're gonna make the righteous decision or the left hand with the decision. Okay, that's all it is. After you pass that test, there's another test coming. Okay? To test your endurance, see how strong you are, man. It's just like a video game. You go through the levels that you go through, the levels start real weak. But as you grow and you get those XP points, the levels start getting harder. The bosses start getting harder. The demons start getting harder, man. And it's just all a test. At the end of the day, are you gonna pass or are you gonna fail? The elect are gonna pass all the way to the end. Everyone else is gonna eventually fail if you're not part of the elect. You're gonna eventually fail some test to where you're gonna fall out the truth. You get butthurt and you get offended. You know? Let's go back to yours again. It's like we'll go back to yours.
Spirit kind of changed, so.
That was the side one. Let's go back to that.
I hold it still.
Micah 7:9, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me.
Right, so he's going to execute judgment for us, man. We're going to bear the indignation of the Heavenly Father. So he's going to test us, he's going to try us. So it all still ties together, man. To where we're going bear the indignation and we pass the test, okay, and you do the right thing, man, the ultimate goal is he's gonna plead our cause. We proving ourselves worthy at the end of the day, man. We got to get out the doghouse. We in the doghouse right now. Right. So the elect is trying to fight to get out of that, man, to get back in the good graces of Yahweh Shemel Shatu, where he feels good enough about saving us, man, delivering us out of here, to where we're gonna get that blessing to it, that honor to be able to put our enemies in subjection, be amongst the first fruits, and not get our ass burnt up on this side, man. Right. You know.
He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
Right, we're going to bring us to the light. We're going to behold his righteousness in that day, man. Versus beholding his wrath. You know, we're going to be on the right. We're going to be behind Yahweh Shah, wielding the sword, set in front of it, under the guillotine, man. You know, that's what we're ultimately fighting for, man, for life. To be delivered and fight for the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's the only way that you're going to live. Is go to your power source, man.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened unto you.
They act like it's strange. I'm guilty of that as well. We all do that.
Yeah.
Lose it, mad as hell. It's like, bro,
it's a new experience.
Yeah.
It's just a new experience, so you know, you're gonna react like that way, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It talk about that in Hebrews, the 12th chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, when we going through the hell, it's not joyous at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But you get that understanding once you get, once you go through it, bro.
Yeah, right. You get that what the F moment, but after you calm down, then you assess the situation like, yeah, I probably deserve it. I probably did something, walk through it. And sometimes you may not have. It's just something to try you, to try you out, man, to see how hard you are, to bring you through the fire, like I said earlier. You know? Go ahead. But these things.
No, you got it. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you do.
I was gonna say that word strange, when it's just a quick side note, it means foreign or something that's out of something that's something that's foreign. So when it says thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, man, don't think that it's something foreign or something that's just out of this world. Nah, bro, we true to this, we ain't new to it.
It's not out the blue. The scripture said that we gonna go through hell. We under the curses still, man. So don't think you're not supposed to go through things. Random things are not supposed to happen. We're still under Deuteronomy 28 right now, man. So the Lord listening.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right, it's just to try us.
But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's suffering.
That's right, you rejoice in it, man, because the Most High did believe you as a son. So he's trying you to build you up because he knows what he's sending for. He knows he's sending Jacob's trouble. The Heavenly Father knows exactly what he's doing. So he knows what situation to put you in to build you up to make sure that you last if he's dealing with you. So just take it, man. Take it cheerfully and deal with it. And does that mean you're gonna skip up and down the street? It doesn't mean that. You know? But you're gonna move with an understanding, like, okay, kind of, you pray for understanding and pray for the strength that you understand why you're going through it, and then you can go through it, man, and come out strong on the other side. But ultimately you understand that, hey, most time must be dealing with it. I use this now. I see it all the time when I play ball. You got this guy that want to be the N1 mixtape star, and he messing up, but the coach don't really care. Don't say nothing to him. But also, you know that the coach ain't gonna put him on the team anyway. See that one guy in tryout in basketball in the first semester? Coach ain't said a word to that guy, man. He just let him do whatever the hell he doing. But the ones that got potential, the ones that's gonna start. So when they walk in the gym, coach down there probably on their ass about something. Because the coach cares about that guy. Because the coach is gonna rely on that guy. He's gonna be on the team and he's gonna play, man. So that's what the coach will say, man. Hey, when I stop saying something, that's when you worry. If the Heavenly Father ain't trying you, that's when you need to worry. Okay, damn. That's when you need to reevaluate your situation. And 2 Corinthians 13:5 needs to come into effect. Examine yourself.
Rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings.
Right, his sufferings. Why? Because he suffered as well. He had to go through things. The Lord didn't get the glorification just walking in with no trials. The Lord took the worst beating on the man to get the glory that he got. Hey, so we want to be joint heirs with that. We got to take on joint tribulation and sufferings. Okay?
that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right, so we suffer right now, but when he comes back revealed, then hey, we're gonna be partakers in that as well. With exceeding joy. Crying, crocodile tears, snot nose crying, you know, because we're so happy that we didn't get burnt up.
That's right.
Because you're looking down that lake of fire. And you see all these wicked ass people squirming around, man. Is that what
I mean, yeah, but it's kind of going to another topic.
Trying to get real quick. This is Hebrews 12:11. Now no chastising for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous.
No chastising, no type of punishment or rebuke or anything like that comes. It's joyous at the time, man. No one wants to get cursed out. Nobody wants to have a flat tire. No one wants to lose their job. Nobody wants to just up and lose their home, lose their apartment. You know, whatever the case may be. You know, it's not joyous at the moment. You know what?
Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Read it one more time.
Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Right. To yield something, you will bring it forth, man. It'll bring forth righteousness. Why? Because you're being tried. Especially if you're in the right spirit, man. It'll bring you closer to Heavenly Father, man. It'll show that you can endure that. To where, hey, you'll be strong in the spirit. You know?
If I could say, that's why the scripture says, I believe it's in the book of James. I gotta get it, but I think it says, roughly paraphrasing, let patience have a perfect work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, when you're being tried and you're going through certain things, you know, it's perfecting you at the end of the day. You know, it's purging off all that negative BS that you had going on, whereas that new man can come out of the furnace, you know, try to refine. You know, we're being constantly trying to refine every single day. That's why the scripture says the spiritual man is renewed day by day. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta let patience do its thing. You know?
That's right. To where, hey, you'll be stronger. You'll be a testament for another one that comes up through this situation. What the Corinthians say that, hey, there's nothing uncommon. You know, so all these temptations we go through, all this hell, it's common to a lot of brothers. That's why certain brothers wake up in the spirit. Because they go through similar situations, not the actual same situation, but they're similar. So you can be a testament to a brother, or you can actually guide them through and give them advice. You know, because you've been through that. And so you came out, you took the right path. So what? You don't hold that information. You light the path for that brother as well to follow you. You know?
Just a little bit more, bro. Wherefore lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned away, turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. You know what I mean? So it's telling you, man, hey man, pick yourself up, bro. You can't be negative all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, wherefore lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees. You're just walking like this, drooping. What's up, buddy? Hey, y'all, what's up, bro? I'm sick of this place, man. Damn! Like, okay. Well, brother, I'm catching hell too. I'm in hell too, bro. Your hell is different from my hell, bro. Hey, the higher you get in this state, the more these demons attack you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Talking to the apostle, man, you know, I was complaining. He's like, hey, man. I was like, man, yeah, man, people have different hells. You know, some people get attacked in the body. Some people get attacked in the mind. He said some people get both. You know? And I could tell he was going through things, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you just new to this thing. You just vexed because, you know, hey, your nation is messed up. But, you know, them demons ain't touched you yet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Compared to being this thing 10 years or 20 years, bro. Hey, the apostles are deal with heavy spirits, man.
That's right.
You know? People posting their address online, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's not easy to endure, man. That's scary, to be quite frank. That'll drive a man crazy. I would, you know, I gotta move. You know, you have no face like, you know what, it is what it is. Just keep on preaching. Didn't even get on, didn't even make a response video or nothing.
Basically, how many people would just do that? They be paranoid, every little noise you hear around your apartment or your house. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's not peace.
that's all I think they understand. You know, it's a go through. Let them know. Anybody got anything else? Alright, so with that, we'll give all praise to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honor to the apostle, elders, and great bill, so well. Peace and blessings to the elect, the house of David. Shalom.
Shalom.